Hello, people from the internet. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The time has come for me to play on stream once again. So here we are about to play some crawl. I see that there was an upgrade to a new version, and it's always concerning. So gotta. Oh, look at that! Shapeshifter plus one unarmed combat minus one fighting. Push the background a little more towards unarmed combat since at present it's a little too tempting to immediately switch to an early weapon. Fixed form armor class scaling. Merge Labyrinth and Temple? What? Oh, rework Arc Jolt. Requiring direct adjacency to victims made it a bit harder to set up cool chains of electrocution than was intended. Allow hitting anything within radius 2 and conducting from there as previously. We may have to nerf damage later. I think that's gonna be a pretty good upgrade for Arc Jolt, so I like it. Encourage shapeshifting training. Reduce max skill for tier 2 forms. Man, I really like that change because it didn't make that much sense for them to cap at 20. Yeah, it was crazy. Slight buff to training shapeshifting. Alright, this is still very much a thing in progress, shapeshifting balancing, so it is of no surprise that the devs are actively making changes to it. That's part of the reason why I've held on to doing or to making a video on it. I do want to make a video describing everything, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to do a video describing everything only for things to change the next day. It's just a huge waste of time, isn't it? Um, so yeah. We are not going to go down to depths 1 because that seems to me like a recipe for utter disaster. You know how it went yesterday? It was actually quite painful. Um, my realization that I was training shield for a shield that was beyond my reach was just too much and I couldn't keep playing. Um, Depths 1 is way too difficult. And currently we are running around with a character that has no scroll tele. Yeah, it has two blinking, zero tele. It's pretty rough. We have two haste, no heal wounds. Yeah, we have some stuff, but life is definitely pretty rough for this character. Um, I do believe that things will get better in the near future. I believe in being optimistic when it comes to this character. Quicksilver Dragon. What is this place? Weird bolt. And only for a little bit of money. I guess it's okay. Okay, we don't want to mess with that. That's very easy it's very easy to get trapped in there, be forced to get blinked further into the vaults, just to get very little in the way of loot, I think. Or is it an entrance to the abyss? Is it like a Lugonor altar? Something weird like that, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I don't know what's wrong with this character, but there's something wrong with this character for sure. The reason why I say that is because in paper it's a really strong character. It has 22 unarmed combat, it has 28 strength. The resistances are pretty decent, apart from the lack of resistance to electricity. Um, yeah, like in paper it's a pretty good character, but in practice, it's been pretty rough. Yeah, no idea why that is. Um, I wonder if it's related to the fact that I am an unarmed combat character that's not using a form. Okay, we got a Helion. Do we want strength here or dexterity? I'm gonna get strength because finally we get the cold resistance. That is a pretty nice thing. We don't really need cold resistance. I guess that opens up the possibility of replacing the gear that gives me cold resistance with gear that gives me fire resistance. I don't like how this is going, by the way. This seems kind of rough to me. Okay, could have been much worse. Yeah, I think that there was a very real possibility of things going pretty poorly there, but nothing bad really ended up happening. Lots of sun demons. I'm glad that I have a little bit of fire resistance. Okay, I had the evolution. That's what the mutation is called. Never really saw anything happen from it. I got it very recently, though. Got it and turned 50k. Wait. Man, it's like someone. Um, it's like someone saw that I need resistance to electricity and said, "What's the highest cost that you're willing to pay for resistance to electricity?" That ring gives me minus willpower, which is really not an issue, but the issue is the -3 slay. 5 strength might compensate for it, but I still do not like the idea of -3 slay because it also affects accuracy. Oh man. And it even gives me cold resistance, which is completely worthless. I think that I would think about using that ring if it gave fire resistance instead of cold resistance. Okay, I'm just gonna get to a corridor, but I might as well just kill everyone. Okay, I got funny shifter doing funny shifter things. You know, I would expect that kind of thing to happen more often than not in Snake. Just a shifter immediately surrounding you with enemies. It's not something that happens very frequently here. The Storm Dragon could be scary because low HP. I think that it makes sense to try to banish it, and we do get a successful banishment. By the way, how much money do I have? Because I have to, or I want to buy that manual of invocations. I don't really have to buy it, but I think that it is useful to buy. Okay, if I had heal wounds here, I would use it because the Draconian Shifter can just Quicksilver Bolt me and kill me. And I've been getting pretty lucky with the misses. I suspect that this Shifter is not, yeah, it was not gonna die from the poison. Alright, alright. We overcome that fight against a lot. It really is quite remarkable that I managed to not die there because there were some situations where like there really was nothing that I could have done. If the monsters just wanted to kill me, I would have died. So good to see that it didn't really happen. Black Draconian Knight, very dangerous enemy. Doesn't seem to have a shield. I know for sure that it doesn't have a shield without even checking, because if it had gotten a shield, I would have already failed to hit it multiple times, because that's just how monsters with shields are. I always say that monsters with shields are just immune to melee, after all, and I recommend dealing with them in ways that do not check their shield, because if they do, you're not really gonna succeed. Okay, we're done with Depths 4. Much to my dismay, I have to say. Obviously, I would prefer to not be done with Depths 4. Because that also means that I am done with Depths 2 and Depths 1. Well, it is an impenetrable fortress so far. I think that my only option really is to use like... I was gonna say use a hatch, but there is no hatches from Depths 2 into Depths 1. Very unfortunate. I'm a worshipper of Lugonu. I could go into an abyssal training arc. That is definitely a very real possibility. Yeah, worshipper of Lugonu perks. It's not really a training arc. It's more like I'm here for the rune. We still need 2 more runes. I'm pretty sure that I only have one. Yep, we still need 2 more. Man, and I still well. Not only do I need 2 more runes, I would like to have some scrolls of teleport for doing depths 1. I definitely cannot really mm, ignore that. Like I need to do that before soon. Like I guess that I can wait until right before the orb run, but if it gets to the orb run, we really cannot afford to not have done that already. Okay, powered by death came up quite a lot there. It's really nice. Dangerous. We don't want to deal with anything that has electricity attacks because that's the one resistance we do not have. But I am interested in checking these. Okay, I don't lose 5 evasion, I only lose 4. Lose 3 slaying, but I bet that I gain damage overall because I'm doing unarmed combat stuff. Yeah, this seems okay. Your damage rating with unarmed combat is about 47. If it was not for the Slake that I just equipped, it would be 50. These resistances look really good. I think that I'm just gonna stick with that. Yeah, once I have a shield, things will get pretty good. Hello, Gary Burton. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. We are still playing Crawl as always. Or I guess that I should say as is often the case, because I don't always play Crawl. Okay, the rune is over here. Hello, Will Tarquine, thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. Okay, rune is right there. Pearl Dragon comes into view. That's really scary. I'm a Demonspawn. I don't want to have anything to do with a Pearl Dragon. That Pearl Dragon kind of ruined everything, because I was ready to just... Oh, you cannot corrupt in the Abyss, then that plan is completely aborted. My idea was to corrupt and and just ninja the rune. Oh no. Something makes me think that I shouldn't do this. I mean, I guess these guys are not really gonna be that terrible, but I really shouldn't do that. Yeah, these guys are not gonna be that terrible, as I already mentioned, but I suspect that there's gonna be more guys that will be terrible behind these ones. So better to just play it safe and skip the bolts. Gateway leaning out appears. It's a free game that I might like that you remembered. That's interesting. I wonder what it could be. Perspective, it's called. Experimental platformer. Looks pretty weird. Wow, it looks really weird. Like, the more I look, the weirder that it gets. It looks pretty. It looks like it could be pretty frustrating. Okay, I might check it out just because it's free. I don't think that I would pay money for that, but since it's free and the barrier of entry is super low, so I guess that I can check it out. Okay, yeah. Just go into the rune vault. Am I standing on top of the rune? No, I'm not. But the rune is pretty close. Yeah. That's nice. 98% positive reviews. Sounds pretty okay. Attraction would be a good thing to have here. It's a shame that I do not possess such advanced technology, but at least I have the rune, and now I can get out of here if I really want to with Depart the Abyss. I don't feel like I need to. I can just probably just tab everything, and if things get really, really scary, I can always just abort the mission. Or rather, not abort the mission, but like just leave, because I already have the rune, so yeah. Helps a lot that I have crazy armor class. Right now it's pretty nerfed because, you know, wretched stars are fun, but in a couple of fights I'm gonna be back to full power. I do have to say that I cannot really leave the Abyss until I get rid of all of that for obvious reasons, because my next fight is gonna be pretty difficult to deal with, and I don't need any more. I don't need to be nerfed to deal with that fight, or rather, I don't think that I could deal with it while being nerfed. So yeah, just gotta get a little bit of extra experience, and we can get out of here. Very nice that the entrance to the Abyss just like dropped me on top of the rune. Very unexpected. Okay. I had weakness to cold, and I still had 3 pips of cold resistance. This character could maybe use some fire skills, but like, nah. Did you see? Did I see you added forest to be crawl? Not really. I assume that it's forest, just like forest was going to be in mainline crawl. Or does it have any interesting gimmicks? I still need to get rid of those debuffs. I don't even need the rune, but I'm just chilling here a bit for some extra experience. We're almost there, but I want to avoid Wretched Stars. Man, Wretched Stars are one of my least favorite enemies in the entirety of the game. Based on that, but it's different monsters. I assume new monsters? Why are there so many Wretched Stars? So many Wretched Stars, look at that. Man, and so the plan to get rid of the temporary bad mutations is heavily halted because I found more Wretched Stars. For a little bit, the Wretched Stars were nerfed, and I like them a lot more when they were nerfed. I don't like them as they are now. I think that they are quite unbearable. But I think that's kind of supposed to be the point. So if you think about it that way, it makes sense. And they do a pretty good job of being unbearable. We're almost done. I mean, I guess that I can get out. Yeah, I can get out with this mutation of weakness to cold. That's completely irrelevant to my character. Okay. If there was a moment to leave the Abyss, it was that one. Do you have Frail 3 yet? I had it for a while. Yeah, in fact, the Frail 3 made me not want to be there at all. We have some really, really good stuff with this character. And some pretty okay damage as well. 47 damage rating with unarmed combat. It's a shame that the shapeshifting plan didn't really come into fruition. Let's bring Mr. Juggernaut down. Juggernaut hits you but does no damage times 2. Yeah, if I fight it alone, it's not that bad. It took me forever to kill it, all things considered, but okay. Okay, this is Spriggan Defender is actually destroying me pretty badly. Want the roots? Okay. Spriggan Defenders are pretty scary. I have no idea how they are capable of such damage output. If I was a Spriggan with a +4 Quick Blade of Freezing, and I was stabbing a monster with 43 armor class and 168 HP, I would never kill it. Like legit, I would never kill it. Disparity between players and monsters is pretty crazy. Okay, this used to be really scary, but now I have resistance to electricity. At a pretty ridiculous cost, I have to say. Look at all the bad things that this gives. And the good things are 5 strength, very useful. Resistance to electricity, very useful. Cold resistance, kind of worthless. And see invisible is... it is okay. I actually don't mind see invisible. Like, it's not a bad thing to have, and it does give me a little bit more accuracy when it comes to dealing with invisible monsters. I got a ridiculous depths entrance vault that I wasn't able to clear, and I really have been unable to clear until now. Yeah, it was kind of vile. Not a lot that my character could have been able to do there. A couple of juggernauts and everything. Okay. Juggernaut hits you for 26. It's not gonna do it again though. Okay. This is not a particularly powerful character, I have to say, because at the end of the day, mm, I don't normally play characters that take so long to kill a Juggernaut that has been curated. I usually just kill them before they get to attack twice, and yeah, in this occasion it attacked 3 times. It's kind of miraculous that it didn't kill me. But yeah, slow and steady wins the race, I suppose. We might be able to finally get going when it comes to clearing this level. Alternatively, I'm just fighting the entirety of the level at the same time. I don't really know. Alrighty. Hadn't thought about it until recently, but I think part of the reason why I prefer to play Crawl compared to something like NetHack nowadays is because in NetHack, I feel like there's too many monsters that are like super worrisome, and in Crawl, it's not really the case. And the monsters that are worrisome in Crawl depend on what you have and what your build is capable of. In NetHack, it's like the same dangerous monsters every time: Mind Flayers and Leeches and Archons and stuff like that. But in Crawl, like for example, for the longest time, this character was very deadly afraid of monsters with electricity attacks. And now I don't really have that issue anymore because I finally got my resistance to electricity. Now my greatest worry are orbs of fire, actually, and keeping in mind how things used to usually go when it comes to your greatest fear in SOT, it's likely that the game will just throw 15 orbs of fire at me. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But we get rid of the Spriggan Defender anyway. Golden Dragon, I have the resistances, so it's not that bad. But I still have low HP, so might as well play it safe. Yeah, I suspect that not only did I get really nasty monsters in the entrance, but I'm also in some kind of ridiculous level white bolt or something. And that's why I've seen so many high-level monsters in this level of the depths. I've gotten like half a level's worth of experience in this place already. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, we still haven't really explored a lot. Okay, just normal Spriggan Berserker stuff, just blowing you up. Okay. It sure wouldn't be fun to auto-explore into a monster that happens to just kill me at 11 HP. I was a bit hesitant on moving, but I felt like going downstairs into a level where I know there's not any monsters was safer than staying here and risking seeing a Juggernaut or a Stone Giant or a Spark Wasp, I suppose. Yeah, this level has had 3 Juggernauts 3 Juggernauts so far. Yeah. We can finally get out of here, right? I think that I should use this opportunity to actually get out and go pick up a shield. After all, I have 16 shields. It doesn't make any sense that I don't have a shield. But my only good shield, the kite shield of reflection that Donald had, was stuck in a part of the game that I really didn't have access to. That's why, like, it really was the correct thing to do to call it quits yesterday. Oh, come on, another Juggernaut. What is up with all the Juggernauts and the Spriggan Berserkers? Um, oh, I ran out of one of the routes. This might be a serious issue. Um, this might be a serious issue. I have not gone back to that bolt wheel Tarquine. I might do it in a bit if I survive this fight anyway. Um, this is pretty bad because the Spriggan Berserker is capable of a lot of damage, the Juggernaut is capable of a lot of damage, and the Stone Giant is also capable of a lot of damage. I kind of want to corrupt. Yeah, sure. Okay, now I'm just gonna walk away and wait for these guys to kill some stuff for me. You hear an explosion times 5. Okay, that's Juggernaut number 5? Yeah, why does this level have crazy amounts of Juggernauts? I have no idea what's up with this level. Serpent Talisman, way too late into the game for it to be relevant. I don't have the resistance. Okay, don't have the resistance. At least there was only one Caustic Strike, but still scary to be fighting it. Yeah, so, oh, I see what happened. Yeah, this is silly. This is silly, and this entrance bolt was also silly. That's what happened. But I think we're done, finally. Yep, we're pretty much done. Already found the cigarette, or finally found the cigarette to be more precise. Okay, so this level had 2 beast talismans. Look at that, 2 beast talismans in depth 1. I think that those should have been other talismans, but it's not like it matters anyway, since it's late enough in the game that I don't care about talismans anymore. It's a shame because I think they're very good, but it just took forever for me to start finding good talismans. At that point, training Shapeshifting any further is definitely not worth it. I think that the Demonspawn Shapeshifting aptitude should maybe be buffed a bit, considering how expensive it is to train. For some of the talismans, like some require very high levels of shapeshifting. Getting to those as a Demonspawn is pretty difficult. Also, it really doesn't go well with the rest of their skills. Like, a bunch of them are -1s, very few +1s and 0s, and then out of nowhere a -3. I guess they do have a +3 in the form of invocations, but still. I can finally go back and pick up my shields. Yeah, Shield of Reflection. Unfortunate that we only have one of those. I might be powerful enough to do Snake now, and maybe we find like a cool tower shield or something. Yeah, let's see how many Guardian Serpents we find. But after having survived what I have already survived, I think that maybe we are gonna be okay. Mm. It sure feels nice to not have to be deadly afraid of those. We get the orange crystal plate armor. The thing about that, it's an okay thing to have. It's not that great. The thing about that is that it doesn't give me fire resistance, which is the main reason why I have fire scales on right now. I guess I'll grab the money, but like I've already explored almost every part of the game that could place a shop, and I still have 3,500 gold, so neither of those items is interesting to me and my character. Um, I do wonder how much armor class I would gain from equipping this. The game says that I would gain 9 armor class. Okay. Definitely not worth it to lose all my fire resistance for that. The expensive potions in the shop, I think. Yeah, I can buy those. Let's see what my shopping cart has. Uh, the orb is not that relevant anymore. I'm wearing a shield. I guess that is the manual of invocations. We can probably buy that. No reason not to do so. Abandoned shop. Bought everything that shop has to offer. Yeah, I might as well buy all of that. Like, there's really no reason for me not to do that. Also get the money. Alrighty. Good usage for my money. Very late into the game. Shop. Let's see if we have something else. This is making me wonder how many times I go through the game and I have all this money and all these shops that I never buy out. And that ring of willpower and tree slaying is so crazy. And I even mentioned it the first time I saw it, but it just happened to be the one time where tree slaying and willpower was not like valuable enough for me to want to buy it. On almost any other character, I would have instantly bought that item, and I would have been very happy about doing so. Nah, I don't want anything from there. I think that if I had needed anything from that specific shop, I would have bought it the moment I saw it. I think that I should go back and buy stuff from this shop. Now I can go raid that bolt, because you love seeing multiple randarts? Sure, I can do that. Man, this jewelry boutique was so close to greatness. Imagine if this beast talisman had been almost any other talisman. Yeah, even more talisman, or maybe more talisman would have gotten me killed since this damage was super bugged until very recently. Um, so rendered bolt. I can do this easily. Yeah, it was kinda not possible for me to do it when I first saw it, but now it's very easy to do. It gave me a ring of willpower and a hat that I never had until now. Yeah, I do remember thinking about opening that for the hat. Yeah, I'm gonna lose it probably in the next level up, so whatever. Yeah, it is another bolt. Like, I'm just going to go through all of them, because why wouldn't I? It's in bolts 4. Oh, I guess I can also kill these. No, I shouldn't. Go bolts 4. I wonder if I'm powerful enough to kill these ones. 3 ghosts and 2 randarts. And the ghosts have a ton of armor class, and a ton of evasion. I think that the one with a ton of evasion is gonna be difficult to kill. They also hit kinda hard, but it's not that much of an issue. I've been killing juggernauts already. I would like to fight them in a corridor, however. At least none of them are spellcaster ghosts. Could it have been more difficult to deal with? Okay, yep. This is going exactly how I thought it was gonna go. It's taking me forever to kill the ghosts. Though I did happen to land a really good hit there, but the ghost just has so much HP that even with such a fine hit, it's still alive. Maybe Wand of Light. Okay, Wand of Light managed to kill the first ghost. Second ghost is being much easier to kill. No idea why, since this one has more HP and more evasion than the first ghost. Oh, it doesn't hit as hard, but like that doesn't have much to do. Could do the root and run. Cannot root ghosts because they're incorporeal. Yeah. Immune to roots. The game even has the decency to tell you. Immune to roots. Okay, that's another wand of light usage and another ghost kill. Come on, don't be like this. You know that you're not gonna kill me. I know that you're not gonna kill me. So, yeah, this is just taking forever. And my main issue here is that it disabled my tab. That was my issue. Oh, look at that. I killed it with my willpower. The ghost cast a spell at me. You resist with almost no effort. My will lashes out at the ghost, and I destroyed it with the willpower. I wonder how much damage that deals. The demonic willpower. Okay, it's a cloak of willpower and a ring of resistance to electricity. Jeez, I cannot believe that. Ah, man, that feels good. It feels good. How much? Oh, the damage it was the same anyway. The old ring that I had gave me 1 motivation. However, I think that I want to stick to this ring, at least for now. Maybe later it will be more of a nice thing to have the other ring. Okay, man, imagine if I had gotten that ring of a resistance to electricity earlier. Huh. You know what I should do? I should do elf. I should do elf. This has been going much better than I thought it was gonna go originally. Like yesterday when I saved the character, I was like, I'm gonna come back to it tomorrow and I'm gonna die instantly and it's gonna be awful. But surprisingly, it has not been like that. Yeah. And our combat has been performing quite decently, I have to say that. Yeah, could be much worse. Oh, shops, let's go. We got a tele scroll. Yes, that's the first one that I have. Or like the first one that I've gotten since I ran out of scrolls of tele. Well, didn't really get a lot from there, but that was absolutely worth it. Beast Talisman, Maw Talisman, Talisman of Death, Amulet of Fire Resistance. But we cannot really take off 4 wins. 4 wins is too important of an item to this character's build. Without 4 wins, I only have one source of willpower. I have an item that gives me willpower. Oh, willpower and slaying. Yeah, that's not. Sucks that early elf had a talisman shop. Yeah. Talisman of Death is still too expensive. I don't think that I would have wanted to go to a 21 skill to get it. Yeah, HP 10% reduced by your low skill. I currently have 11 shapeshifting. I'm so drowsy today. No idea why. I had my coffee in the morning and everything, and I didn't particularly have any issues sleeping yesterday. Yeah, it was actually kind of surprising because I was like, okay, it's this time of the night, I should probably sleep, and I just slept and it worked. And then I woke up and I woke up completely fine. So now I have no idea why I'm feeling so sleepy now. Um, okay, this is gonna be easy to deal with because powered by death. Powered by death is a great thing. It's a really strong mutation. Oh, I'm getting damnation by who knows what, so might as well move away from that. Oh, I'm getting damnation by this guy. Hmm. Hmm. This is going a bit not how I expected it to go. Well, might as well do a kill hole. With a kill hole, I am completely unbeatable. These monsters have nothing to do against this powerful technique. Okay, we have a good amount of amulets of regen, but unfortunately they're not very good for my character. I want 4 wins for the willpower. Boots. My current boots are +2 boots. I suspect that those boots are not gonna be as powerful as my current ones. Still gonna check them because why not? Boots of flying. That could have been useful way earlier when I was in dire need of flying, but not anymore. Okay, this level had a lot of shops, but surprisingly not really a lot of things that I wanted to buy. It even had a jewelry shop, but yeah, the Talisman of Death is just too much of a commitment into the into the shape-shifting skill. You know, force of habit, years of calling it transmutations when it's shape-shifting now. Have any magic mapping? Yeah, I do have. I should probably use it. You make a good point. Oh, more shops. Wow, the game really gave me a lot of shops in Elf. I suspect that this is part of my reward for not only surviving that awful gauntlet yesterday and today, but also for remembering that I should probably go here. And we have Dragon Blood Talisman. That one is relevant, worth thinking about. Now the minimum skill for Dragon Blood is 15, so this is actually significantly more achievable. Oh, the damage got nerfed. Look at that. Unarmed combat base damage 18, max 27. Strength plus 10 is pretty good. That does increase the damage a lot. I am interested in maybe picking that up. Probably unsafe and risky to do so, but I am definitely interested. Yeah, I like that it's finally, or not finally, but I like that it was made cheaper, just like as cheap as a statue form. Makes it significantly more usable. I do, however, would have liked to see, I would have liked to see the talismans arrive in my game earlier because it just took way too long for the game to start giving me talismans. And if I go to 15, I might also go to 21, right? Yeah, from 11 to 21 feels like a lot, but from 11 to 15 to 21 feels slightly more reasonable. Um, Taking a lot of damage from some of these guys. I have resistance to electricity. It's just that, yeah, death by 1,000 scratches moment. I don't think that these guys are capable of killing me, even though I am at really low HP. Okay, let's just go in. Ah, man, I hate this one. This one is, in my opinion, the most difficult one. I don't think that I'm powerful enough to do that one. I was hoping for Sigotubi's Wislav because Sigotubis has a 50% chance of having the Hat of the Alchemist, so I could enjoy it for a little bit. My antennae are still not level 3 at this rate. I thought that I was gonna get level 3 antennae at level 23. It might happen at level 24. So yeah, I guess at the end it doesn't really matter, even if I had gotten Sigotubi's Wislav. Let's just get this over with. Give me level 3 of the antennae. You feel a strange anesthesia, so I have resistance to Torment. Less affected by Torment, which would otherwise cut your health in half. I wonder how that works for... Like, if I'm in statue form and I have that, I wonder how little damage I take from Torment. So I heard something about Lugonu worshippers preferring to do Tomb. Not as a third rune, but doing Tomb earlier than usual. Um, Yesterday someone was commenting about that. Maybe it might not be a terrible idea, since I can just corrupt 3 times in a row. And the dudes that are summoned by corrupt are not immune to, or like they're immune to torment. So the tomb mummies actually have a very hard time dealing with them. They're not immune to Emperor Scorpion, so the tomb mummies can definitely beat them all. But yeah, I'm very curious about that. I think that I want to give that a try. And if I'm gonna give that a try, I might as well get to 21 shapeshifting so that I am immune to torment altogether. Since after all, I do not have statue form. But I'm really curious about if the torment resistance mutation stacks with statue forms of torment resistance. If so, that sounds pretty nice to me. Okay, Master Archers. Lots of Master Archers. Questionable. Took me way too long and way too much HP to deal with those guys. I don't think that that guy that I'm running away from, the Pyromancer, is particularly scary. But I do think that if it gets a couple of good rolls or if it gets any kind of support, it could kill me, so might as well play it safe. No reason not to play it safe after all. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to fight with the door open when I can just close the door and greatly reduce the amount of damage that I'm taking during that fight. weakness to cold and 4 strength from this ring. I think that I like that item a lot because I don't care about the weakness to cold. For a while I had the weakness to cold and I still have 3 pips of the resistance. So this is just an upgrade compared to this. Yeah, I have 2 pips of the resistance. It's perfectly fine. We don't really need more than that. And it increases my damage. I know for sure that doing that increased my damage. Increased it by 4, actually. Nice. There's an enchant armor on Snake 1. Um, I need to eventually go back there, but like I'll do it after I do elf. Talking about doing elf, I have a potion of attraction now, so we're gonna do the poison attraction technique. Poison attraction. Maybe torment and immolation later. Yeah, I guess that I can do it now because I have torment resistance. If you have torment resistance, it's so much more of a useful item. Scroll of Torment. Yeah, and as you can see, it gave me crazy Powered by Death regen to do that. Powered by Death is so strong when you're killing things very fast. Alrighty. Wow, that's a pretty okay amulet. It really makes me wish that I was struggling for cold resistance instead of struggling for fire resistance. But we have not found a lot to help my current need for fire resistance. Mm. How have your own games been going if you have been playing? I am very curious to hear what you have to say about Shapeshifters. You have heard my thoughts already extensively because that's pretty much the entire point of my stream. But I want to hear yours because I want to hear the opinion of the wider community and not only what I have to say about the changes. Mm. Man, it's crazy how yesterday this character was so difficult and today this character has been so easy. Something weird happened. And I think that the something weird that happened was that I rested. Yeah, because yesterday it wasn't particularly easy. It wasn't a particularly easy character to get going. I kept waiting and hoping for talismans, and they just didn't come to me. And now that I gave up on talismans, I found a lot of them. Yeah. I almost have the money to buy the 2 of them. I only need like 500 more. At least I can buy the Dragon Blood Talisman. I am tempted to just use this for yeah, look at that. 246 HP. My damage output is now 105. Base 24 plus 22 unarmed combat. That's a lot of damage output. I see that now the Dragon Talisman really wants you to have unarmed combat. It used to be that unarmed combat was not that much of a big thing for the Dragon Talisman, but now it is important to have it. Anyway, I'm dealing obscene damage here at the cost of significant weakness to cold. Funnily enough, the rest of my resistances are very good, but the weakness to cold is like worrisome. At least in Snake, there's like nothing that hits me with cold damage, so it should be okay. And I'm gonna be hitting things really, really, really hard, so this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be in Dragon form only for Snake. I think that for the rest of the game, I'm gonna switch to something else. Um, but yeah, it sure feels nice to deal so much damage. Man, look at that. That poor Naga exploded in different atoms. Separate atoms. Separate atoms. Yeah, I'm so big that the anacondas cannot constrict me in dragon form. That comes at a cost of pretty much all your evasion, but you have so much HP and you have so much damage output that Yeah, you're gonna take some damage. I think that this form is actually kind of ideal. The more that I use it, the more that it makes sense to be in this form because I have Powered by Death. So the way to make Powered by Death good is to kill things really really fast um, and stack up that regen. I should have an amulet. Or like an amulet, not a talisman, but we don't need that. We have the dragon form talisman. How long until I get the talisman of death? Actually, quite a while, because not only do I need the money, I also need 21 shapeshifting. Okay, yeah. So compared to yesterday, as I already said, the character feels like it did a complete 180. I was so ready to give up yesterday, but I'm glad that I didn't, because the first thing that I thought of when I came to the stream today, I didn't really think a lot about the character after I ended stream yesterday, but today when I launched the character, it was as simple as, if I cannot go up, why shouldn't I go down? It's very unlikely that going down is going to be more difficult than going up. And it's weird because that's not really what you would expect a roguelike to be like, but that's often the case in Crawl. Like throughout the entirety of the game, sometimes the levels are placed in the wrong order in terms of difficulty level, and it is important to be able to spot that kind of thing so that you can play accordingly. Okay, goodbye Kirky, easy kill. Nothing to worry about. This is only something that I can get away with doing for this specific part of the game because nothing here hits me with cold damage. If I was seeing monsters with strong cold attacks, obviously this wouldn't be possible. I would explode. So for Bolts 5, for example, I'm gonna have to go back to being a boring Demonspawn. To be completely fair, it's not really that much of a boring Demonspawn. Look at all these crazy mutations that I have. Yeah, boarding demon spawns don't have these many mutations. So yeah, I still wonder if Powered by Death got severely nerfed or if it's just that my character wasn't very good for the purposes of Powered by Death until now that I got Dragon Form. Because yeah, with Dragon Form I am taking damage, but I'm just regening so much that it's not that much of an issue. And I'm also killing things really, really quickly. Shields. Okay, we have a tower shield on D11 and another one somewhere else in the dungeon. I don't think that I care too much. Shields are completely irrelevant in Dragon Form, but if I find Statue Form, I would maybe think about using it. I normally hate this bolt, but since I have perma-flight, this is actually not that terrible. Oh, I have weakness. Weakness does not show up here, right? I think that it should show up here. Doesn't really matter a lot anyway. Even while weak, I'm still incredibly powerful. Very good at hitting things and dealing a ton of damage to them. Okay. I finally got above 15 shapeshifting, so my HP is finally stabilized at 50% more HP than what I had before. That lets me know that I should maybe think about training a little bit of fighting so I can get to 200 HP in normal form and 300 HP in dragon form. But leveling up will most likely take care of that. And I'm about to level up, so whatever. Okay, lost my hat because I got level 3 antennae. Do I have those in dragon form? I don't, obviously. I also don't have the scales. I think that it would be funny if a Demonspawn could retain its scales in dragon form. Imagine, I would only have 1 pip of weakness to cold instead of the 2 pips of weakness to it. And there it is. Yeah, I think that delaying doing Snake precisely because of these kinds of ridiculous endings as much as possible is a good option. I don't like Snake. Alrighty, so I have 3 runes because I got the Abyss rune because I'm a worshipper of Lugonu, and why wouldn't I get that? Um, your hat is pushed off your body. That's interesting. I like how since I have hats, since I have level 3 of the N10A, I no longer get to use a hat. It's a funny thing. Do I go Crypt? I want statue form. I feel like even if I was to get statue form, it would be a big buff in terms of evasion. It would be a nerf in terms of armor class, and I would lose some HP as well. Well, I wouldn't lose HP. I would lose fire resistance. That's what I meant. But I would also gain a good amount of damage increase. I can also just go do SOT and win the game, but why leave all this experience on the plate, right? After all, I am not particularly known for having the ability to reach level 27 as a Demonspawn, so might as well try to get as close to that as possible. I think that I could get to 26. If I kill Crypt and I kill SOT, I might get to 26, maybe even 27. I got slowed. This is actually kind of a scary position. I'm gonna re-teleport. Okay, teleport took me to the exit. I wonder if I should take that as a hint of what's to come. But yeah, the thing that happened there was that I was fighting in a position that maybe I shouldn't have been fighting on. Not only was I slow, I was also pretty much in the open and surrounded by everything. As you can see, if I'm not surrounded, things are not nearly as bad. But yeah, this makes me miss Dragon form, but I cannot really justify being so weak to cold running around in Crypt. In other places maybe, but not in Crypt. Should I do Bolts 5? Because I could also do Bolts 5. I haven't done that, and I could do that for a little bit of loot, experience, gold, maybe the statue form talisman finally. I think that we have already gone to every part of the game that can have Roxanne, and we didn't see Roxanne this time, so that means no statue form for me from there anyway. But I might still find it in a pile of loot or in a shop in Bolts 5. Okay. I'll go for that later. Yeah, later. Didn't really find a lot of scrolls of enchant armor in this run. It's kind of funny because on the troll run I had so many scrolls of enchant weapon and enchant armor, but in this run where I could have used at least the enchant armors, I didn't get anything. That ghost bolt is funny, and that's Khufu's band, I'm pretty sure. Khufu's band has royal mummies. You know what? You already summoned a bunch of garbage, so I'm just gonna go downstairs and not deal with that kind of negativity right now. I can wait until later to deal with those guys. Ideally, I wouldn't fight all of them at the same time too. Okay. I was a bit concerned with the Ancient Champ because after all they have Iron Shot, so Iron Shot plus haste means potential for double Iron Shot, and that means potential for incredible amounts of damage. It's unlikely. I say potential just because there is really a possibility of such a thing happening, but like it was not meant to be, I suppose. The real mummies are, or like at least the one that I have here is pretty hurt. Okay, we kill one. 3 more to go. I wish I wasn't slow. They have all the willpower, so... Oh man, the Emperor Scorpions are actually dangerous. That's a bad thing, because the Royal Mummy summons shouldn't be that dangerous. Oh no. Oh no, that's pretty bad. Huh. Oh, oh no, yeah, the death scav is charmed. Your death scav disappears in a puff of smoke. I suppose that because just like the player summons, if a summon goes hostile to its summoner, it just disappears. That makes sense. Did I get torment? No, I got smitten. Okay. Yeah, this is a terrible place to be taking this fight on. I'm gonna read another teleport. I don't think that I'm gonna die. It sure helps a lot to have torment resistance here. Okay, please teleport me. But not to a spot with more enemies. I got teleported into the oh man, that sucks. I got teleported into the transporter bolt. Transporter bolts are known for being ridiculous and something that you in general should probably avoid doing because they're like just meant to kill players. Um, so yeah, and I would have avoided it if I had not landed there from my teleport. I guess that I'm just skipping that level for now. I think that I can kill Khufu and Khufu's band. It's just that the fight that I have to take in order to be able to deal with them is a very specific fight where they start next to me and stuff. Um, I already killed the Royal Mummy. I can kill more. Um, they don't have cold attacks, right? Like the Royal Mummies. Maybe for the Khufu fight specifically, it is not a terrible idea to just go into dragon form. It is not a terrible idea to do that indeed. But for the rest of Crypt, obviously, it's pretty bad idea. There's a good amount of guys here with Vault of Cold. Pretty sure the vampire mages have it. Let's see, who can have Bolt of Cold here? Vampire Mage. Vampire Mage has Bolt of Draining. What about Necromancers used to have Bolt of Cold. Um, Now they have Bolt of Draining. Also, I guess there could be Josephina. Josephina could really ruin my day if I was in Dragon form. Okay, it's funny, lots of monsters. Nothing to really be concerned by. I have 11 might, so might as well just use one. Speed up the process of killing all of these guys. Because it's a lot of Vampire Knights. Powered by Dead is kinda disappointing me. Look at how poorly it has been performing. I guess it doesn't help a lot if I'm being surrounded by stuff. Yeah, lots of Vampire Knights. I suspect that is downright apocalyptic if you don't have good willpower, since after all, such is the case with Vampire Knights. All of them have Paralyze. At least I have good willpower, so that's not really a concern for my character. Not this time. Okay, Region is kind of keeping me healthy, which is something that I definitely appreciate. Yeah, there was a point in that fight at the very beginning where I was dropping below 100 HP, and that was really scary, but now I'm back to full, so we're cool. Yeah, the power of Powered by Death. Look at that. Back to full HP, pretty much. And I say only pretty much because I got drained a bit. Enchant Armor, we want that on the gold scales. Do we want it immediately? Because we might find Park Hit. And I'm pretty sure that I want Park Hit's armor. And I want to finish enchanting that over what I have right now. Like if I'm already using gold scales, might as well just wait for Park Hit. Unless Park Hit doesn't spawn, which is definitely a possibility. And it certainly does seem to happen quite a lot if you need the highly enchanted gold scales. Or any kind of gold scales at all. I wonder how likely these guys are to hex me with half willpower. 9%. Oh, that's a death talisman, isn't it? Yeah, let's go. That saves me a little bit of money. We still cannot use it, but we might actually get to the point where you use it. Wow, plus 10 Laya tank. Pretty juicy item. Okay, was not expecting Talisman of Death to come from here, but I'm gonna take it. No complaints. Definitely zero complaints. Has this bolt always had that many vampire knights and stuff? Because it really did feel like it was a lot of them. This ring is pretty okay, but I'm much more satisfied with the ring that I have right now, and it's 4 strength. I should probably drop this one. We're not using it. We went from not having sources of resistance to electricity to having a lot of them. Um, Definitely not a bad thing. No complaining about that either. Better to have too many sources of resistances than not having any sources of them. Mm. Alright, so earlier I said Dragon Form for Khufu, and we're about to finish this level, so after I finish this level, I'm gonna go into Dragon Form, and then I'm gonna be very scared if I see something that has Bolt of Cold. I don't know if Revenants have it. I would know, but I very rarely come here, so that's why I don't know. And Revenants only spawn here, that's what I mean. Okay. Doorbolt. Definitely unsafe to open it, though I could do funny things with the Scroll of Revelation in that Doorbolt. Yeah, the introduction of Scroll of Revelation is a big Doorbolt nerf because you get to see what you're gonna be fighting against. In case you choose to open that terrible door. Okay, that's funny, isn't it? It's two revenants, 5 curse of skulls, couple of Flayed Ghosts, a Dread Lich. Yeah, it's okay. It could be significantly worse. Okay, they don't have cold attacks. I was pretty sure that there were gonna be more cold attacks here, but I guess not. Not even Ancient Liches. I could open that, and I think that I could win. I just have to take the fight in a very careful way. And if I am to open it, I would open it through here, so that I can just go into this choke point and make things significantly less painful for myself. I would also probably have to use 3 form, even though I have Torment Resistance, because this is still 5 Curse Skulls. Okay, Dragon Form. How bad would it be to use this? 74% of my HP, so it's actually pretty low. I would have 150 HP, and I'm not about the Spriggan life, you know? I need that kind of negativity right now. What I do need is to see the mummies, because now that I'm in Dragon Form, I feel like I can just two-shot them or something. That will kill them fast. And there they are. Okay. Ideally, you would not summon anything. Alright, let's go. Oh, I thought that it was gonna follow me downstairs. If I had known, I would have just fought it there. And by fought it, I mean I would have hit it twice there, and it probably would have died. Okay, you have Bolt of Cold, so you're really, really scary. Look at that guy. Oh, I am in the Bolt. I am in the Transporter Bolt, and I don't have Tele anymore. Am I dead? I might be dead. I guess that I can Corrupt. Yeah, just better to use like crazy consumables trying to not die here. Might as well just Corrupt. Speeds up the process of not dying, and also saves me a lot of consumables, and also happens to clear the entirety of the Bolt for me. You hear the Shriek of Haunting Fire. I think that's Ghostly Fireball. Anyway, things are done here. Let me pick up my well-earned loot that I fought for. Yeah, for sure, I fought for it. Okay, this ring is pretty funny. I feel like I would be very happy to use this on some characters, but not on this one. Slay -5 is pretty bad. Manual of Throwing. And yep, didn't really get a lot of it. out of it. I mean, I was really hopeful for the ring, but it turned out to be a pretty bad ring. Lots of pluses laying and minuses laying items. Yeah, unfortunately, none of the pluses laying items have been like really good. Khufu? Did Khufu die? No. Where's the mummies then? Come out to play. Cannot find them. Okay, found them. Okay, hit the mummy, hit the mummy, hit the mummy, hit the mummy, hit the mummy. 5 hits. I once killed a royal mummy with a single attack. I even did it on stream, and it was in the first couple of days of me streaming, and I was really excited for it, so that's why it's not on YouTube. The audio was so bad, but I got really excited because I killed a royal mummy in a single attack. None of these I killed in a single attack, but the process of being in dragon form really did help for the purpose of killing them. Mommy Raja? Mommy Raja, yeah, royal mummy, Mommy Raja. Yeah, the greater suffix seems to be removed from certain monsters. Greater Naga, Nagaraja, Royal Mommy, Greater Mommy. I don't dislike it. I don't have any issues with that. Um, let's go back to being a boring Demonspawn, because being a dragon with 2 pips of weakness to cold in SOT is not the safest thing. I could do Bolts 5. Is it worth it for me to do Bolts 5? It's a good change, and we'll take it when we get to it. The Nagaraja change, yeah, I agree. Or like the Royal Mummy change. Oh, Revelation. You mean the Scroll of Revelation? Yeah, it reveals things. I did. I guess that you said that when I found the door bolt. But yeah, this. Oh, you got Nagarajas? What you mean, Royal Mummies? Yeah. Anyway, what if instead of using the potion of 3, I use mummy form? Okay, now I have 203 HP. If I use this, I have 158. The HP goes down because I have my shapeshifting skill is below 21. But my damage goes up. Yeah, your damage rating with an armed combat is about 64. It increases your base damage by 6, which is nice. It also gives you drain melee, so like branded melee. And now I am a Z, which is a glyph for an undead thingy. I'm not a mummy anymore, not a lich, I'm just a Z. And I have this ability, Siphon Essence. It's pretty funny. Violently draws upon the vital essence of nearby foes, halving the remaining life and using it to heal the user. Shape-shifting skill increases the healing received. This effect applies to anything living, undead, demonic, or angelic. Anything whichever lived or sought to. And allies are unaffected. Yeah. I wish that it showed you the range, but it is the same range as Cleansing Flame. It's not very good. Is that all drain life? Kind of, but it doesn't hit the entirety of the screen because it actually is torment. It's torment, but it hits undead, and it only hits this very short range that you can see here. It's radius 2, centered on you, pretty much the same as Cleansing Flame, as I already said, but it's very strong. Yeah, this ability is crazy good. It costs 20 mana after all. It better be good. I think that with this power, I can probably do the door vault just as a crowning achievement of this character. It might still be scary because of the existence of the Revenants. The Revenants can dispel undeath me, and that could seriously hurt. Hopefully they don't do it. Missing champ. Just gonna hit it and it's gonna die. Okay. Oh, they're still asleep. Man, this is so scary. Alrighty. So what if I run to the choke point? Man, I think that the best way to do this would have been something along the lines of drink haste and then use mummy form. This form still doesn't let you drink potions, so it's actually a risky thing to have. It's not as risky as not being able to read scrolls. This is perfectly manageable, and the immunity to torment is definitely pretty useful to deal with these curse skulls. Okay, Dreadlich. I am too powerful for you, Dreadlich. You have nothing to do against me. I'm also immune to hexes. Um, okay, here comes the Revenant. That is scary. Revenant dies without dealing any damage. Yeah, puny curse skulls. They definitely do not do anything against me. This is fantastic. Have you ever seen a character dominate so thoroughly a Doorbolt? I mean, I guess that I am kind of over-prepared for it, but still, it's a Crypt 3 Doorbolt. It had 5 Curse Skulls, and I'm still destroying it. Look at that, they're done. And I get loot. Enchant Armor, I don't care about this. I don't care about that either. And yeah, okay. I got a Scroll of Enchant Armor out of it. I would say that it was a good deal, especially since I didn't really pay anything. I just got it for free, alongside a ton of experience. Oh, by the way, I thought that I was gonna get to 26 by SOT, but before SOT I got to 26. Should I do Tomb? Was a case of open the doors and aha disaster area? Disaster area. I have not gone Castle in so long. Bennu Monkas. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Bennu. Um, I have 43 armor class. Bennu are not very good when it comes to dealing with 43 armor class. And Death Form is the ideal form for this character because it doesn't meld anything and it just gives me more damage and it gives me, well, you can see immunity to negative energy, immunity to poison, more willpower. Not that I needed it. I have 4 wins after all. Have I heard the good word about Castle? It's a very loud word. I suppose so. You know, it's just Castle worshippers are not renowned for their stealth. After all, let's go do Sot. I don't think that there's anything in Sot that has Dispel on Death, so we should have an easy time here with Mummy form. By the way, the Mummy form, well, it's not Mummy form anymore. The Death form ability heals you when you use the Siphon Essence. So that's why I really didn't want to use it during the Doorbolt fight. But if I had taken the fight in the open, I would have Siphon Essenced. Yeah, like if I had just stayed inside the Doorbolt. My HP is slowly but steadily going up. It's gonna go up as much as I as much as possible until my actual max HP. A nice thing about the Shapeshifter change is that now Quicksilver does not get rid of your form. That was so crippling back in the day for characters that were in statue form. Now you can be in statue form and it's not bad at all. I wonder about... Yeah, I don't have statue form. I wish I did, but it just didn't come to me. It's fine. We don't really need it. Okay, took a little bit of damage there. I'm glad that the Draconians didn't decide to open that door, because otherwise things would have been pretty nasty. I did the thing. Yeah. The Black Draconian Knight convulses, the White Draconian convulses, the Green Draconian Monk convulses, the Purple Draconian Shifter convulses. You feel stolen life flooding into you. You feel better. You regain 7 HP. Not completely necessary to do that, but I still wanted to do it since they were high-level Draconians. Why not? Wand of Charming on this thing. 66% chance to affect, by the way. It took me 2 attempts. Way less than I thought it was gonna take me. I always try to do that kind of thing, and it just goes disastrously wrong. You know what? This looks like the kind of situation that I should use this on. And Wand of Light. and things start exploding, but not as much. Yeah, not many explosions because unfortunately these draconians have a lot of power. Where did all these guys come from? I have no idea. Did they all blink at the same time? I think they did. Do you have blink? No idea where that one came from. Anyway, things are pretty scary now. I think that we can probably Siphon Essence for like some real healing now. As you can see, it healed me a lot. I went to 170 HP. It was pretty good decision to make. I have 2 blinking, but I have 4 torment. Let's just read one. These guys are not dead. I'm a bit surprised by their resiliency to death. Oh, finally I hit 10. I finally hit 10 regen, but I see that it is because I finally got level 3 of powered by that. Okay. Siphon Essence. Sweet. Oh, I think that I just noticed something because the ability used to cost 20 mana. Does it cost 10 mana now? No, it still costs 20 mana. I used it at 20 mana and somehow I regained 10 mana. Is it like some weird synergy between when low on magic you restore magic in place of health? Is this super busted or something? It is super busted. Look at my mana bar. Oh, the realization. This is so busted. If I had known about it. Okay, it's cool that I know. Now I know. It means that I can just spam this, essentially, as long as I get rid of this ghost mod that's ruining everything. As long as I have a lot of regen from powered by that, I can just do it, and I can continue doing it, and I can continue doing it. Wow, this is so strong. Man, like, it doesn't directly kill the monsters, but it leaves them so weak that I can just kill them by blowing on them. Like, if I had Fireball or whatever, Ice Blast, that would kill them after a couple of uses of Siphon Essence. By the way, Siphon Essence works on ghosts. It's pretty funny. Wow, this guy has a ton of evasion. And I see no reason to open that. I see some weapon randarts that I do not care about. Okay, that was funny. I'm glad that I had that huge big brain moment of realization. That was funny. Yeah. Now, do I get a lot out of training shapeshifting beyond the point that I'm in right now? What does it do to train it? Does it only increase the healing from... Yeah, shapeshifting skill increases the amount of the amount healed. I think that's literally the only upside that you get from training, and I don't really need to heal that much. So I think that I'm gonna stop at 21. I don't want Stormform after all. Stormform is just too difficult to use since it completely melts your entire armor. Your body decomposes. Okay, don't do nasty things to me. Oh, by the way, can I use Siphon Essence versus this guy? Does it hurt this? I don't know if it does. I think that it doesn't hurt artificial monsters like statues. I'm sure of that actually because I used it already versus a statue and it didn't work in a previous game. But I don't think that I've used it versus Orbs of Fire. Let's give it a try. There are no victims visible. Okay, the game happened to be nice enough to let me know that there are no victims visible. It sure would be nice to have a little bit of extra fire resistance, something that I cannot acquire at the moment. I should probably pick up a Ring of Fire resistance for dealing with Orbs of Fire, and also try to not die here, because this is a very real possibility, unfortunately, because this guy is too strong. Yeah, stay there. Bolt of fighting me instead of walking towards me. Am I standing on a door? Okay. Okay. Let's go. The power of closing doors. Orbs of Fire cannot open doors after all. Let's go pick up a Ring of Fire resistance. There's gotta be one of those in the floor somewhere. I don't see any. Wow, that's awkward. I don't have Rings of Fire resistance. Oh man, this character. Yeah, this character has many weaknesses, but I think that its greatest weakness for this point in the game is the fact that I have no rings of fire resistance. Why is that the case? I guess that, like, upon seeing such overwhelming evidence of the fact that I cannot really deal with orbs of fire, should probably go do bolts 5 and try to find some fire resistance. No shafts, unfortunately, no hatches. Does a storm form still exist? Yes, it's one of the highest level forms. In fact, I have it. Um, yeah, have a storm talisman. I got it from Sojobo. Sojobo has a chance to carry this. Um, can be found on level 1 of the Elven Halls. Lightning trapped impossibly in a bottle. Lets the user walk through the air as a raging lightning field tempest. User's melee attacks are electrified and strike all adjacent foes. The user also flies, gains immunity to poison and miasma, and resists electricity. Can launch themselves as a lightning bolt, blasting through everything in their way. The damage and evasion granted by Stormform are highly dependent on your user's skill with shapeshifting. Minimum skill 21. Insufficient skill lowers this form's max HP. If I was to use it, I would have 93% of my current HP. So the same that I have with Death Form. It can be found. Yeah, I guess that it can be found because I dropped it there. I didn't find it there. I took it off of Sojobo on level 2 of the vaults because Sojobo can have this. I don't know if it's guaranteed for Sojobo. I know that some uniques have a guaranteed talisman. Like Rupert has guaranteed, or not guaranteed, but Rupert can have Maw talisman. Aisu has guaranteed Serpent talisman. Baisushan can have Dragon talisman. Roxanne has guaranteed statue form talisman. I don't think there's any unique that gives that talisman. I think that Boris should probably give that one. Um, but anyway, yeah, still exists. It deals significantly less damage now, but other than that, it is still there. It also costs significantly less to train for, so it kind of balances itself out. Okay, let's go down, and then let's read Immolation, and then let's do Siphon Essence. And so the explosions begin. And I feel kind of scammed because I think that I killed a good amount of dudes. Oh no, I only killed one. Okay. More will die in the very near future, however. That's about right. And we're gonna take the recently acquired knowledge that Powered by Death plus this mutation, Magic Link, plus Siphon Essence is like unlimited Siphon Essence pretty much. And we're gonna put it to use, and it's gonna be pretty fun. Man, this is so funny. The whole Magic Link ability. Magic Link powered by Death. I should maybe Mega Sig with this because it's so powerful. But I'm not gonna Mega Sig with Lugonu. It's just that I think it would be very funny to do so. Okay, I'm about to hit 21 Shapeshifting. After that, I think we train more fighting. This is absolutely hilarious. It is so strong and so busted. Like, look at this fight. Look at this fight, Ripofalem. Thank you for stopping by. If you were here yesterday, you remember how sad I was when it came to the character. But it made a 180. It's crazy how much better it is now. Like, I don't normally upload things to YouTube that are two parts, but with how drastic the change was for this character, I think that there's no other way around it than to put it on YouTube. So I found, or I realized that Powered by Death 3 plus Magic Link means that I just like regain my mana like crazy, and I also have Siphon Essence. So Siphon Essence just like halves the HP of everything that's surrounding me. So I'm just constantly tormenting things. Yeah, like this is so strong. Uh, that form is also the perfect form for this specific character because I need to have nothing melded, and that form doesn't meld anything while also increasing my damage a little bit. So yeah, very very useful. Um, I don't want to read another immolation. I'm just gonna be patient and kill them all in a very patient way. Oh, I got slowed by something. That's not great, but I'm still fine. This is so funny. Like, this is such a scary fight. It is the kind of ridiculous fight that, like, no character should be able to do this kind of thing, pretty much. But this is the stars have aligned with this specific character to let me do this ridiculous thing. In fact, I think that I could even fight them in the open. Just like surround myself with as many enemies as possible while that I'm at full HP. Whilst that I can just press a button and go back to full HP pretty much. Um, with oh well, maybe I should train a little bit more shapeshifting. I do notice that I'm not really stealing as much HP as I could. But yeah, this is mana regen. Well, normal regen from Powered by Death 3, which is already pretty insane. Plus Magic Link, which turns my HP regen into mana regen if my mana is below a certain threshold or below my HP. And also Siphon Essence. So like whenever I drop on HP, I just use Siphon Essence and I go back to full HP, and so my regen goes back to my mana. And the ability normally costs 20 mana, so it is ridiculous. Like, you're not supposed to spam it, but I can spam it because of the kind of character that I am. I'm fighting the entirety of Balls 5 at the moment, and I am winning. And I am doing it with unarmed combat, and I am not doing it with level 9 spells. I'm doing it with shape-shifting. This is pretty funny. Yeah, I would say that for how bad this whole thing started, or for how bad the run was yesterday, I'm glad that it managed to survive to this point because it got pretty funny. Oh, I got Damnation too! Oh man, I got Damnation too! Oh, I failed to use it. You failed to use your ability? What a scam. You failed to use your ability twice? Come on, it's not a hex. It has a 5% chance to fail. Why am I failing it so much? Man, this is such a funny character. Look at this. This is so ridiculous. I think that I can probably do cigarettes with this. Like, all things considered, I might be able to do or like not atheist, but like zero spell cigarette with this kind of like power level and specific Demonspawn mutation set. Oh man, it's gonna be risky if I do choose to attempt to do it. But it's definitely feasible, I think. I wish that I could save the character and like send it to someone that likes doing cigarettes, such as K9. I haven't seen K9 in a good amount of time. I don't think K9 has moved away from Crawl, but I think that K9 is just too busy with real life or something to be playing as much as possible. Or like to be playing as much as K9 used to, I guess. Because K9 does like to go for a lot of cigarettes. I'm gonna keep that around because I don't have that resistance. And I think that I'm gonna use that manual of shields now. Why not? So yeah, I think the level is empty now. That was pretty ridiculous. Does that ability make a lot of noise or something? Um, no, it doesn't say. Maybe it did because I attracted so many enemies. Ooh, that's so tempting, but I'm not gonna use that. I need fire resistance from my gold skills. By the way, I was waiting for park hit, but no park hit has been seen so far. I suspect that I'm gonna see park hit in SOT, however, so that's why I'm holding on to my scrolls of enchant armor. As little as I have, anyway. It would be nice if Demonspawn mutations respected the seed. I don't know, but like I really want to back up this character because this is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I wish that someone else could play this character. That's not me because I don't particularly want to do a lot of cigarettes, and I feel like this is the kind of character that is destined for greatness and a lot of cigarettes. Um, okay, so I have 4 wins. I could unequip 4 wins. And put on a ring that gives me willpower and something else. I have a ring that gives me willpower and yeah, some stuff. Slay -5 is pretty bad. I have a cloak of willpower. Don't I have a cloak of cold resistance? I could maybe put on that cloak of willpower and replace the cloak of cold resistance. Oh, flying willpower 3 slaying. So okay, is 3 slaying better than the pretty much nothing that I'm getting from 4 wins? I think so. Okay, let's go back for the macabre finger necklace. Um, Turns out that it might actually be a decidable item for my character. Oh, strength +6. That's also nice. Hmm. I'm thinking about the ways to change things up for this character. That looks pretty good to me. And the strength +6 is probably better than what I had before, right? I have pretty high willpower, even without the amulet of 4 wins. So using 4 wins for so long was kind of not so much of a waste. I have a lot of willpower because I'm in death form. If I was not in death form, I would need some of that willpower. Yeah, okay. See, here's what's happening. One people willpower comes from this, demonic willpower, and the other one comes from death form. And that's all the willpower that you really need um, as a 3 willpower per level up character, which a Demonspawn is. So we can just get rid of that and stick to what I have. And I can probably do slime as well. It's gonna be fun, slime with siphon essence and what I have. It's gonna be preparation for a cigarette. Does on 4 wins still have clarity, or do you have it elsewhere? I don't think that clarity is much of a need, really. I mean, it's only really valuable in shoals so that you don't get mesmerized. I have 4 pips of willpower, so I'm not gonna get confused. Um, I mean, if I die because I get confused, then that will change my opinion on that, but I suspect that no such thing is gonna happen today. I still need a source of resistance to fire. Ideally a ring of fire resistance, but I don't think that I have found any, nor any rings with the fire resistance property. I have that amulet of fire resistance, but it obviously is not what I need. Very unfortunate. Let's go do slime then. I have already gotten my resistance to corrosion, so we can probably do this. Disperse, thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. I am playing a Demonspawn of Lugonu. And it's a Demonspawn Shapeshifter. And for the longest time I was not doing anything Shapeshifter related, but now I got well, the character did a pretty sharp turn from between yesterday and today. Yesterday the character was a miserable experience. It was really rough, but today it's been going so well. I figured out that powered by Death 3 plus Siphon Essence pretty much means that my HP never drops. I fought the entirety of Bolts 5 with that combination. It was so silly because I was taking 30-40 damage per turn, but it was okay because I was just constantly healing myself to full HP with Siphon Essence. Is that form mutation immune? Yes. So instead of getting malmutated, I lose a little bit of stats, but they come back. It's like stat rot. So I can actually fully explore these, and it is perfectly fine. I should maybe tower. No tower shields, or at least no interesting tower shields. Kind of a shame. What do you shapeshift into? Right now, I am using Death Form. You are an Undying Horror, your melee and unarmed attacks drain slow and weaken victims. You're immune to unholy pain and torment. You cannot drink, and you're immune to poison. So it's kind of like Mummy Form, but it is way, way easier to get. Mummy Form used to be so expensive in two skills that weren't really that great. This only requires you to train shapeshifting to 21 and find the item, which, as you can see, is doable in a 3-rune run. And it gives you quite the upside because you get that and you also get Siphon Essence, which costs 20 mana, but it torments everything that surrounds you. Look at this. Siphon Essence. This is the area of effect. So if you're completely surrounded and you use that, everything that's in that area will get tormented and you will heal a ton. Which is very good. In fact, it's so good that I don't even mind getting marked here. The only downside is that you don't get haste because you're not you're undead, so you cannot drink potions. That's kind of bad, but other than that, it's pretty funny. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did in Bolts 5 here. I think that I already tormented the Royal Jelly. Yeah, the Royal Jelly heavily wounded. Let's do it again. Or wait, let's do scroll of immolation first, for funsies. And then let's do it again. Okay, nothing has died, but things are about to die. Because they're at pretty low HP. Royal Jelly explodes. I took 1,000,000 damage. Yep. You finish your manual shields and toss it away. Okay. Alrighty, gonna wait for things to surround me a bit more. That was, look, did you see how many things I hit with Siphon Essence? I hit like 5 things, and I healed so much. I went to 190 HP, and then I got hit by something, and I went down to 162, but this is still really nice. It's so silly. This is so busted. I'm very happy that I figured this thing out because I could have gone through the entirety of the game without even looking at Death Form. There was a very, like, I was so close to doing precisely that, but not doing it paid off because I get to have fun like this. By the way, in case you're wondering why the Royal Jelly rushed at me immediately upon entering the level, is because in this version of the game there's different bolts for slime. So like now the slime ending is not always the same, which is pretty exciting. This one, it could have been worse. I think that this kind of character is very well suited to doing the Royal Jelly fight anyway. We found a Ring of Fire, but it's not a Ring of Fire resistance. Unless Rings of Fire resistance and Rings of Cold resistance were already merged. I heard something about that being a possibility. Gotta inspect a Ring of Fire then. Yeah, lots of Rings of Fire, Rings of Ice. Really gotta inspect them. Slurp up those jellies. Yeah, yummy jelly HP. We're not gonna complain about that. It is nutritious after all. Definitely is good at keeping the character alive. So, Ring of Fire. This better be useful. This better be merged with the Ring of Fire resistance. Oh no. Oh no. Are Rings of Fire resistance gone or something? Come on. No. No, they're gone. Oh no, when did that happen? Or like maybe I didn't search right. Um, ring. If we search for ring, we're gonna get all rings. Okay, ring of protect. Oh, it's called ring of protection from cold. Um, well, I mean, I still haven't found it, but um, yeah, I wish I had a ring of fire resistance. How unlikely is it for a character to do crypt, bolts 5 and slime and still hasn't found a single ring of fire resistance? I guess that I'll just pick up a ring of fire, much to my dismay. I don't think that we're gonna be using dragon form a lot. I'm just gonna drop that. In your local version, you compiled a couple of days ago, protection from fire still there? Yeah, it's still here. It's just that I have gotten exceedingly unlucky. Well, anyway, let's just continue killing stuff in the dungeon. I really want to take this character to extended. Like, I have damnation, I have damnation, and I have obscene regen, so I feel like it just goes very well. Yeah, sure, surround me, I don't mind. Siphon Essence, and I just stab them, and I Siphon Essence again, and then I Siphon Essence again. Yeah, things melt. And this works even on demons, so this is so funny. Um, how strong of a character is this that I can do that kind of thing without really losing a lot of HP and without using magic? Because normally the kind of character that completely trashes that kind of situation is the spellcaster for obvious reasons, but I'm no spellcaster, not this time. Yeah, Titanic slime creatures, I don't particularly see them as a threat. It's nice. Okay, full clear of slime, something that I have never done before because I consider it to be kind of unnecessary, but I have mutation immunity, so why not? Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a cigarette, or do I do salt? I think that I'm gonna do salt, but before doing the herb of fire, I'm gonna put on some fire resistance. Alright, I can kill this ghost with damnation. Yeah, the ghost has incredible evasion, that's why I'm doing this. But 3 casts of damnation is more than enough to kill the ghost. Alright, the loot is worthless. And now let's fight the Herb of Fire with damnation. Because why wouldn't I use damnation versus the Herb of Fire? It's probably easier and healthier to kill it like that than actually trying to tab it. Scroll of Acquirement. I think that at this point it's very unlikely for this to offer me anything that I want. Man, the boots are almost great. The manual of unarmed combat is, however, precisely something that I would grab. Alright, let's just get 27 unarmed combat. Yeah, whatever. Let's just get 27 unarmed combat. The other day I got 27 shapeshifting. I don't like that the title is Shapeless Monster. I feel like Shapeless doesn't feel like 27 skill title levels of flashy. Okay, Doomhounds now check willpower. This is great. It used to be that they didn't check willpower, but since they check willpower now, it's impossible for me. Well, I guess it's a 5% chance. Shapeshifter definitely has a shape. And surely with 27 shapeshifting, you are any shape you like. Yep, any shape you like. Okay, I saw Gron, but what I really wanted to see was Park Hit. Hopefully we get to see Park Hit in the rest of SOT. since I think that killing Parkit is not gonna be that difficult. This form is really nice for actually tabbing things. It's like you have Curare in your hands, so everything is perma-slowed whenever you're tabbing it. And that's a really strong thing to have access to. My damage output is also really good. Damage output is 71, or damage rating. Um, I have a good amount of strength, so it's multiplying that um, the damage output quite highly. I could make that strength even higher if I really wanted to by putting this on. Let's see. I only have one source of resistance to electricity, which is this thing that I kind of want to take off, but nah, I'm not gonna take that off. If anything, I'm gonna replace it for the Ring of Fire. I'll put on the Ring of Fire only for Orbs of Fire. For other things, I'm okay with what I have right now, and I would rather have more damage output. Yeah, 77. It used to be 71, so putting on 6 strength actually increased my damage output by 6. Few characters hope to find Parkit. Parkit. Yeah. Parkit is a pretty scary unique after all. There's a good amount of characters that have like a very hard time or just a straight up it is impossible for them to kill Parkit. But this one obviously does not have that issue. I have Torment. I have Torment and I have Damnation. I am that which I chose, which I swore to destroy. By the way, this chainmail is incredibly good. That's crazy good. It's so good that I'm gonna carry it. I don't think that I'm gonna put it on, but it is so good. If only it had fire resistance. If it had fire resistance, I would consider it over what I have right now. I guess that we can drop the Potions of Brilliance. I don't think that I will be casting anything. Yeah. Why is that chainmail so good? And why didn't it get to my character earlier? Yeah, before the gold scales, I was using a lowly enchanted plate of fire resistance. I really could have used that plus 14 chainmail. I bet that it would have made the life of my character significantly more palatable. Come on, Parkit, come out to play. So many gold skills, but what I want is Parkit's gold skills, because if you're unaware, Parkit is a new unique that was implemented in 0.29 or 0.30. I don't really remember which one it was. I think it was 0.29. And it is a late game version of Pargy. It's Parkit the Mighty. Low HP, but regens 27 HP per turn, and also has large rocks and highly enchanted gold scales. And it hits pretty hard because it's a late game troll. It's a pretty scary enemy, especially because of the whole thing where Parkit regens so much HP per turn. So in order to kill Parkit, you need to deal large bursts of damage consistently, and this character can do precisely that. So I would really like to see Parkit for the reward. Okay. Alrighty. Still no interesting tower shields. That's a shame. Yeah, I should probably go do a cigarette. But I might as well get to 27 on armed combat before then, so I can increase my damage output more. Now it's 80, and it's gonna go up in just a bit. I wonder how much more damage I'm gonna deal by going from 24.9 to 25 on armed combat. Very, very curious, in fact. Okay. It was 80 and now it's 82. It's actually not that high, but training the skill for an armed combat is always worth it. It is a very good idea. Oh wow, like it feels nice to be able to torment undead monsters. Dude, this ability is so crazy. And well, it's not only this ability, it's this ability and the fact that I can just spam it. That's the combination of things makes it feel very crazy. I've been having a blast with this. I'm so glad that I managed to survive to this point with this character. I think that out of all my shapeshifters, this one has been the one that I have suffered with the most, and this one has been the one that I have enjoyed the most. Um, okay, I'm kind of dying. This might be a bit of an issue, considering that I am surrounded by berserkers at low enough HP that I cannot just siphon essence again. Yeah. I think that I can probably kill this one, or not, or yes. No, I cannot hit it. About 40% chance to evade your claws. I suppose it makes sense. I should maybe blink away to safety. Yeah, gotta play it safe. If I had gotten a bit more powered by Death Regen, it would have been a very easy kill. That Lightning Rod, I suppose, to get rid of these things. Okay, are they both dead? They are. Okay, that means that I don't have to continue using that. I can just sit here and go back to a regular schedule of just tormenting things and healing to full HP. You can take 8 Berserk Draconian Dragons at once? Yep, weak character, Control Q. I think the thing that truly ruined me there was the Draconian Shifter, just like blinking things into being surrounding me. So early, because if it had done it a couple of turns later, once I had already stacked the Powered by Dead, it would have been a whole different thing. Okay, charm this thing. There we go. It's gonna buy me a couple of turns. So I can just get over here and step over here. It feels nice to be completely immune to Torment. Like, for example, that Lich would have been so scary if I had been vulnerable to Torment. I'm okay. Yeah, we're okay here. The Orbs of Fire are immune, so I gotta put on my Ring of Fire resistance. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I got a Neteth. That's not fine. It might be a serious issue. I'm gonna read Butterflies. Just to buy me a couple of turns so I can unnet myself without having to blink away. Okay, it took me like 4 turns, but we unnetted finally. This is not the best position, and definitely I wish that I didn't have Guardian Spirit in this situation, because I could really use some of that mana to give myself a ton of HP back. I cannot drink potions. I guess that I'll have to use a scroll of blinking or so. Yeah, I think that I do want to blink. Once again, this is the kind of fight that I would easily be able to take on if I was already charged up with Powered by that. But because it is not like, it's funny how like this character goes between like being strong and being like giga busted, and like I'm having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to that. You have to charge up before you're giga busted, but you do get to be giga busted. Okay, punching Orbs of Fire. Still at full HP, no need to Siphon Essence, because unfortunately we cannot just spam it, and it wouldn't really do a lot to spam it versus the current enemies, especially the Orbs of Fire. Siphon Essence. Okay. Okay, the Crystal Spear hits you. You take 89 damage. I'm constricted. Are you going to do it again? Do you die if I punch you? I think you do. Am I going to die to this? Because it would be pretty disappointing if I happen to die to this. Um, Man, where did my corrosion come from? Oh, I guess that I lost the resistance to corrosion. No sublimation of blood if it still exists. It does exist, but I think that I cannot use it because I'm a mummy, or because I'm undead. Sublimation of blood. The scribe. This spell would have no effect right now because you have no blood to sublime. Yep. Not enough mana for self banish. I need 10. Jeez. I mean, I'm not dead, which is upside, but rough. I can self-banish now. Do I want to self-banish? I think so. I think so. Okay, you take 4 damage. I have a ton of powered by that regen, so I should be okay. Yeah, got me to high enough HP that I can just fight a bit and regen to full HP here. That went very poorly, surprisingly poorly in fact. I attribute that partially to the fact that whenever I step on an alarm trap in SOT, I like to be hasted, and I cannot haste in this form because I cannot drink potions, and that means that I cannot haste. Yeah, Mods of Wrath just ruining everything, as they often do. Let's see if I still have my fire resistance, right? Yeah. Yeah, normally I would drink haste and resistance and stuff, but that kind of thing doesn't really work versus or like as a character in that form. That downside is pretty significant. It's quite the downside, in fact. I'm gonna lightning rod these guys. I don't want to be in the receiving end of what happened again. Yeah, just get rid of them. I don't have blinking anymore, so we gotta be really, really careful with this. Okay. We destroy the Orb of Fire. Not bad. We're about to hit 27 on armed combat, which is pretty good. Okay, yeah. We finally got to the point where we are just gonna snowball into complete dominance now. Or we would if there were more enemies to fight anyway, but yeah. We end the fight with full mana, full HP. Okay, 27 on armed combat. I guess we train fighting now. I could train armor as well. I feel like since I'm wearing such a heavy armor, I would get a lot of return out of that. You know what? I don't need to struggle with an almost destroyed Orb of Fire. I have Damnation, which almost never comes into play, but when it does, it certainly is nice to have access to such a powerful ability. Okay, that Orb of Fire, like, we don't want to fight that kind of thing when we just like used a lot of Damnation, because I feel like it can easily kill me. You're healed for the suffering? Oh man, you should have seen, because the character took a very crazy 180 turn. It's kind of coming back to its original roots, unfortunately, of being a miserable character, but I realized that since I have powered by Death Tree, and Magic Link. Um, I can just spam my mana once I have a large count of Powered by Death, and just like it will come back very shortly afterwards. And because I have Siphon Essence, that means that I can just heal to full HP. um, in the middle of a fight versus a bunch of nasty monsters while tormenting them at the same time. A talisman selected at character creation. No, it's like forms. Like there's the early game talisman, and then the more the game goes on, the more you find other talismans until you find the most powerful ones, which are the one that I'm using right now, Death Form, which is like Mummy Form but better, and the other one, which is called well, the other one is a Storm Form. Both of them are pretty good. Death Form is if you want to retain your armor, so you're not melted. And Storm Form is just a Storm Form, the good old Storm Form that everyone knows, but not everyone loves. Wow, I healed so much. I went for Drain Life. The Tentacle Monstrosity got tormented, and I healed for 53 HP. That was pretty useful. Let's see if we can actually kill this Orb of Fire. Okay. Okay, the moment we hit 20 mana is the moment we're good. It's kind of a struggle to hit 20 mana because my HP drops. No, like obviously do that. I want to be back at high HP. Yeah, the Guardian Spirit property has actually been kind of ruining the character. If I didn't have Guardian Spirit, this would be a significantly more enjoyable experience because if I get hit hard, it is likely to drop me below the threshold at which I can do Siphon Life, and that is a lot of trouble. So it is being the opposite of what I wanted to do, which is pretty bad. More of a reason to equip this Ring of Mana, which actually puts me over 40 HP. So if hypothetically I was to lose half HP, I would still have over 20, and I would be able to Siphon Essence and go back to full HP. Anyway, I'm done with SOT 5. Um, let's go do a Ziggurat because I was interested in doing that. I also can do Tomb because this form is immune to Torment. Um, let's see how much of the Ziggurat I can do. I have Powered by Death, Magic Link, and Damnation. So I can either Damnation to lower my HP a lot and get a bunch of Powered by Death going, and then I can Siphon Essence to restore my HP while I still have the Powered by Death up. Um, yeah, yeah, we should be able to do this. New Shapeshifter background is more based on what you find. This is fine by you. Yeah, it really is like that. Damnation. Okay, pretty funny. I find it a bit surprising that the plain mummy, was the only thing that didn't die there. But sure. Um, okay, this is being pretty funny so far. Having Damnation feels like cheating because you can do that kind of thing. It's like having a small firestorm, like a really small high risk firestorm. But it's firestorm that I have to train absolutely zero for, so that makes it super busted. Cannot hit all of those guys. Well, I shall hit the ones in the front. And then we are gonna siphon life away from this guy to heal to full HP. Translocations and Nair. Yeah, I heard that that Randart staves can give you boosting skills that normal staves can't. I think that's a pretty nice change. I'm thinking about how to progress here. I think that I want to lightning rod this torpor snail to make it not slow me. Okay, it's not dead yet. It is dead now. And once again, we are below the 20 mana threshold, so we cannot do Siphon Essence, which is pretty lame. Hmm. 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 Yeah. I don't like this form that much because I feel like it makes it so like there's some situations where this form puts you in bad spots that you wouldn't be in with another form. Oh, I'm barfed. Yeah, like for example, I would probably like to drink a potion of mana here, but I can't because the form prevents me from doing so. That's really lame, in my opinion. Immolation kills me, right? Yeah, I think Immolation kills me. Enter the Abyss? Oh man, the fact that we got into this kind of position in Cigarette 5 is a pretty bad omen. Yeah, but to be fair, this Cigarette 5 had 4 statues right there, so it was kind of rough. Don't die in Cigarette, please. Evoke Blink, bit too late for that. Yeah, I also don't see any spot that I could land on that would be really good. Like maybe over here, but the chances are good that I'll land over here instead, and I'll just take a bunch of damage from stuff, which is kind of crazy, by the way, because I have a 40 armor class and like things are still hitting me pretty hard, pretty consistently. Um, Man, if only I had a little bit of extra mana so I could Siphon Essence and go back to full mana or to full HP. If only. Okay, I'm at 19. Come on. Just one turn where I don't take a ton of damage, please. Okay, I'm about. Oh man, you see it? It goes above 20 and then it goes slightly below 20. This is pretty painful. Come on, please. Okay. Oh man, it keeps happening. Stop. Stop. I just need to not take damage for one turn. I don't wanna blink. Come on, don't make me blink. I'm gonna read butterflies. Okay, I'm above 20. Let's just do this thing. Yeah, okay. Back to having reasonable amounts of HP, back to being able to function as a crawl character. I'm confused. Wow. It happened. Why am I confused? Ah, man, this is terrible. I think that I'm dead, legit. I don't think that I can do anything. Oh, man, I feel so bad about this. Yeah, if this kills me, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Come on. Okay, I would really like it if I was not confused anymore. I'm a bit surprised that I managed to survive so far. Like, there were a good amount of turns there that nothing bad happened to me. But yeah, okay, now reality is setting in, and I'm dead. Okay, I'm not dead. I'm alive. I'm alive, and I'm not confused anymore. Blink, I guess. Fogu? Hold on. I guess that I cannot hurl damnation because I don't have the HP for that. Um, Immolation, lightning rod? You'd think that would be a good idea? I mean, I guess that it would be a good idea. Nothing hits me for ranged attacks, so Immolation is good, I think. As long as nothing spontaneously appears next to me, which is very possible because the spiders are ridiculous. I could also banish self, and that's definitely the less greedy move. Man, why is this cigarette so difficult? I cannot. I don't think that there were even ghost mods here, which would have made things unnecessarily difficult too. Yeah, this has been painful. I guess that we train this to 23 and then we just turn on armor and dodging because we kind of need defenses. Um, Vanish Shopkus have saved the blink, but anything to stay alive. Siphon Essence. Okay, got some nice healies. Pretty good. Now, if I wasn't barfed, not being buffed would be pretty nice here. So that I could just go and kill those guys. I guess that I can kill them with Wand of Light, which maybe I should have thought about doing earlier. Okay. That was unnecessarily dangerous and difficult. Wow. I don't know if it was a result of me playing very poorly, but I suspect that it was. Anyway, I also suspect that the rest of these cigarettes are not gonna be nearly as bad as that. Damnation. Damnation again? Nah, let's just siphon essence these guys. So I can regain my HP. Damnation. I failed Damnation. Unfortunate. Do you remember who won yesterday's? The Master Archers won. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, the Nagas won. For once, the Nagas won. Okay. Potion of Experience. Cannot drink those, so I'm just gonna collect them. Cannot drink those in that form, I mean. But yeah, it is a very bad indicator that that I almost died in Cigarette 5. Panlord, what do you do? Nothing. Okay. What if I just read Fogu? I think that the change of mummy form into this is a significant, massive nerf to ultra late game characters. Like the kind of character that would like to Mega Sig is the kind of character that is not gonna like this change a lot because with mummy form you can on mummy form buff then mummy form. With this you cannot on this then buff then go back into the form again because it takes 5 turns to do so. I don't like this ring. Yeah, the slay is nice, but I cannot sacrifice so much mana for the slaying. Seven 5 was won by Elves very easily, while Nagas won 6-4. Yeah, Nagas won 6-4. That's exactly how it was. Elves won like 3 out of 9 rounds. That was very balanced, I do have to say that. But the elves got killed very quickly. Like those fights are like if the sharpshooters kill an elf faster than the elves start killing sharpshooters, like it just snowballs super hard. I guess let me run my local crawl. Should download trunk. This is 0.30 stable that I'm running these simulations on. Okay, let me set the channel point prediction. Give me a second. Five minutes. So it's gonna be 8 sharpshooters and 5 master archers. Take that into account when placing your bet. 8 sharpshooters, 5 master archers. I'll run that in a bit. For now, let's just continue playing these. What do you do? Corrosive Bolt, Haste, Summon Greater Demon, and Abjuration. It's kind of scary, but manageable. Fast, slow, weak, drained. Death form is funny. Okay, we get rid of the Summon Greater Demon Panlord. Siphon Essence here. We go back to full HP. I guess we kill the Ice Fiend here, because the Ice Fiend is pretty hurt. Who summoned the dragons? Do you summon dragons? You do. You have Plane Rent. Alright. I guess that at the end of the day I'm still a melee character, and I have the inherent limitations and weaknesses of a melee character, or that a melee character would have at this point in the game. Pretty rough. Does Siphon still work on Demons Undead? It does. No Bashnia. No Bashnia. No Bashnia on this fight simulation. No cleaving either. Yeah, that's an upside of Stormform, but Stormform has so many downsides. It melts your whole body armor, or like your whole set of armor, so that means no resistances. It doesn't have that much armor class. It hits pretty hard and it has a lot of evasion, so that's a good. Those are two good things. It also doesn't give more HP, which is a bad thing. Blink Bolt is good. It's overall like I don't think that it's bad, but I also think that it is something that gives a lot of upsides and downsides that I'm not particularly interested in inflicting upon myself in a normal crawl run. That's for sure what I can tell you about Stormform. There's a reason why I didn't use a lot of Stormform before the form change, and a reason why I still don't use a lot of Stormform to this day. Yeah, out of all the forms, that's the one that I'm least interested in trying. It also got nerfed compared to what it used to be. By the way, this is a really good ring. My current ring gives me 4 strength and weakness to cold. So this is straight up an upgrade, I suppose. Yeah, I certainly like having a lot of extra strength. Look at that, 44. My damage rating with unarmed combat is 92. 92! And I'm not like an ogre or a troll or anything. And I still have 92 damage rating with unarmed combat. Feels pretty good. New troll Shapeshifter feels like one of the strongest troll species. Or like troll backgrounds. Yeah, I agree. Your strongest run ever was Octopod Transmuter. My strongest run ever was Demigod that found the Robofolly. Because the Robofolly is a pretty ridiculous item if you're capable of casting level 9 spells. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Immolation. Uh-huh. Pretty good. So who summoned all of that? It was you. I see you now. Unfortunately for you, I have Damnation. I also happen to be something of a demon myself. Man, having Damnation really does feel like cheating. It's pretty funny, especially when you have the kind of character, or a kind of character that can actually make use of it, like heavy use of it, like this one. Earlier I had the orange crystal plate and I didn't pick it. I'm not gonna pick that up either. I have 3 enchant armor for my gold skills. Okay, let's go to the next one. Snakes. Dark Maul's Smash character was pretty strong. Yeah, it was strong. I don't think it was the strongest character that I ever had, but it was pretty funny for sure. This is fine. Siphon Essence. In this kind of situation, I really wish I had Blink or I had Cleaving. But it clearly is not an issue. My character is powerful enough to not really struggle so much with these guys. Ring of Cold Resistance. We don't care about those ones. I, however, would be very interested in a Ring of Fire Resistance, but the game refuses to generate one of those. It heavily resists my desire for fire resistance. Okay, let's go to the next one. More statues. We have learned how to deal with statues. We just want them. I don't think that one matters a lot, actually. I have 3 pips of that resistance. The orange crystal statue, on the other hand, could be scary. I cannot believe that I almost died to confusion. It's crazy that such a thing ever came close to happening. What? Someone summoned a player ghost here. Dude, what's up with that? What is this player ghost that was summoned? It's unkillable. Yeah, it has 86% chance to dodge these hands. Okay. Oh, that's a real ghost. That's not a summoned ghost. This is a real ghost. Merfolk Summoner of Gozak. It doesn't have nasty spells. I can probably beat it. Getting slowed would be bad, and it just happened. I guess that's okay. Not much to do about that one. You completely miss Melchor's ghost. I think that the only way for me to kill this ridiculous... Oh, this one is not so ridiculous, but the Octopod ghost is ridiculous. Yeah, that I cannot kill. Roasted getting good usage this late in the game. I came to the conclusion that Roots is more powerful the more the game goes on. It's kind of the opposite of Ice Blast, where Ice Blast is really, really busted in the early game, and the more the game goes on, the weaker it gets. It never is bad, but it's certainly not as strong as Roots later in the game. Roots, you get good evocations, and you start seeing Spriggans, and you use a charge of Roots and then a charge of your Beam Wand, and that's goodbye Spriggan, which is not really something that you can do with Wand of Ice Blast. Ice Blast still kills Spriggans, which is good, because it definitely ignores their evasion, but Roots is much more economic to use, which I really like. Orange Crystal Statue is concerning. I can walk away from it. It's not gonna confuse me in case you were thinking about that. It has a 0% chance to confuse me because I have all the willpower in the world. But just to keep you reassured, I can always step away from it. Okay, this time we got the ball rolling, so this is exactly what I wanted to see. Yeah, this is going perfectly. I should probably not try to attack that ghost, because that ghost has cartoonish levels of evasion. Yeah, as long as I stay above 20 mana, keep that in mind. 20 mana is a magic number. If I'm above 20 mana, I am completely safe. If I am below 20 mana, that's when things start getting kind of sketchy. I cannot believe that the ghost that has cartoonish levels of evasion is still alive and was summoned by the statue. Yeah, just let me get rid of that already. Alrighty. I think this is definitely doable, but it is unlike anything that you could ever think of when it comes to clearing a cigarette. Like, it is such an unusual experience regarding clearing cigarettes. Someone summon K9 and tell him to do a run of this, because I am interested in seeing how someone that actually likes doing cigarettes would do this. Potions of experience? Yeah, I have 3. At this point in the game, they barely do anything, so I like to collect them. Oh, I have 2. I thought that I had 3. Okay, I think that it's time for me to move on to the next level. Let's see how far I can go. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have a crazy stack of blinking, so if I have to run away, it might be very difficult, and I'm probably gonna die. But that's a risk that I am willing to take. Fire floor. Ring of fire. We're training. What is it? Spellcasting, increasing max mana. I think so. Have a manual, so why not do it? It also will be super cheap. I don't particularly intend on casting spells, but yeah, why not do it if I can do it? Okay, so as immune to Torment as I am, I'm not immune to Damnation. It is in my best interest to not get Hella Damnation here. Oh, I read Fear by accident. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to read Fog. Okay, -1 turn, I suppose. That's not good at all. This would be a super good time to have Holy Word, even if Holy Word would also seriously hurt me, because it would just kill these guys. It would seriously hurt me, but it would kill these guys. Nervous that I am below 20 mana, especially since if I get hurt, my mana goes down, which makes it likely that I'm gonna get more hurt and stuff. It's a pretty stressful thing to submit a character to. This whole 20 mana thing and not being able to recuperate mana. I don't like it. I have come to the conclusion that I don't like the mini game is frustrating. And like this is not a thing about Death Form specifically. It is an issue with Guardian Spirit. I think Guardian Spirit is bad. Yeah. In this situation, for example, I am dying because of Guardian Spirit. Guardian Spirit is not a good thing to have. It should probably be removed from the game because it's a downside um, for almost any character, including this one. This one is definitely the kind of character that doesn't want to have Guardian Spirit. Only as strong as my weakest link. Yeah, I'm struggling to go back up to 10 mana. With 10 mana, I can enter the Abyss, but not even that is a possibility, it seems. Can I read another Fogu or something? Okay, I can go into the Abyss now. Yeah, might as well just do that. I'm on fire. That's not really doing a lot. Do I have... Oh, I have potions of mana for sure. I'm gonna untransform and drink a potion of... drink a potion of ambrosia, or a couple. But this only really works if I'm in death form, so I wanna continue being in death form. It's actually kind of funny to be in death form after all. Okay, back into death form. I can get out of the abyss now at any time, but I might as well wait for Lugonu to give me an exit. Oh wait, that could be bad. I don't want to deal with that kind of guy. Okay, back to 5 pips of piety. I still have the same issue where these guys are just too difficult to kill. Oh, I don't like this. This is pretty painful. I think that I cannot do it. Hmm. I might be dead. Like if the Hellion just goes for that again, I'm dead. And I cannot kill the Hellion in return. I think the Hellion is not immune to that. No, it is immune to damnation. Can I kill it this turn with Lightning Rod? No, I can get smitten and die. Yes. Mm. Mm. Yeah, I think I'm super dead. I do have good regen at least. The repositioning actually helps a lot because now I can do this. 7 HP. Okay. Um, 2 HP. It's actually 7 HP now. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, I think we're cool. I think we're probably gonna be able to survive this. This is gonna buy me enough time to regen to 20 mana. The moment I regen to 20 mana and I start seeing enemies, we just siphon them and I go back to full HP. Um, I'm not at 20 mana. Oh, 20 mana. It's crazy how life and the life of this character really depends on whether or not you can get to 20 mana. Um, and like I get to 20 mana and I leave and I don't get to 20 mana and I have to burn all of the consumables to try to get to 20 mana before I die. It is crazy. Yeah, I think that it's not the kind of playstyle that I like personally. It's really not my kind of thing, but it might be someone's kind of thing. Anyway, I think that we have a manageable amount of enemies now. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy, that was painful. I think that I should really get out. More rings of resistance to electricity with cold resistance. Yeah, this run has had no rings of fire resistance. 0 rings of fire resistance have generated. Not even as randards. It's crazy. I have done everything that Rerun has to offer and a substantial amount of a cigarette, well, 13 levels, and that's where I'm gonna call it quits because yeah, I cannot keep going. And there were no rings of fire resistance. Not that it matters. I'm gonna go do Tomb now. Um, that 9 mana ring being off was noticeable. Yeah, it was also a fire level, so couldn't really afford to not have fire resistance. Tomb sounds fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do it in a way that you are definitely not expecting me to do it, but it's gonna be really funny. Yeah, we go back to the regular schedule of this character being giga broken with Powered by Death 3. Okay, back to 6 pips of Lugonu Piety. That's definitely nice and convenient, and I'm a big fan of that. Royal Mommy. You're not gonna torment me, so why am I even afraid of you? Sure, you can smite, but I can also punch you really, really hard. Yeah, let's go. This character is great. Go Kiku so you can get stacks. Nah, I have Lugonu. Spindard would like me to win with Lugonu. By the way, did I run the simulation? I think that I didn't because I was so enthralled in my cigarette predicament. Let's just run the simulation. We need to hide that and we need to show this. Okay. And so we press start. We press start. There we go. I think the Master Archers are winning this round. Okay, round 1 goes to the Master Archers. I think the Sharpshooters got this. Yeah. Yeah, it's all a matter of who kills one member of the other team first. If the Elves kill a Naga first, then it just like they just win. Oh man, almost. Evenish, yeah. To preemptively celebrate, thank you, Elf Folk, for your points. Depending on how this ends, we might have to ban both these monsters from simulations, because I think we have run so many of these Elf Naga Sharpshooter simulations. Yeah, give me other monster combinations. Wow. Okay, yeah, the Sharpshooters are winning through the power of numbers. Oh boy, the Master Archers got this. Yeah, let's go. We need to find the optimal Naga Sharpshooter Deep Elf Master Archer balance. We have the technology. Okay, okay, the Elves might have this. Oh, or not, or not. Oh man. Or maybe. Okay, okay, there's one, and there's still two sharpshooters. Oh, almost. Okay, that's the win for the sharpshooters. Let's see if it's 5-4. However, that's a very possible thing. No, it's gonna be a 6-3 maybe. Wow, that was surprisingly downside or one-sided in favor of the sharpshooters. There's a way to modify the speed, but I don't know how you do it for the arena. How do you do it? I'm gonna read on the documentation of this for the next time that I do it, so I can speed up the process of the gambling. Can you see how much of a difference one sharpshooter makes? Yeah, maybe 8 versus 6 should be the way to go. I'm gonna run that out of curiosity. I think that maybe the Deep Elves are gonna win 8-6. Well, one of them died instantly, so it turned into 8-5 really quickly. But yeah, okay, the one extra debuff that just died instantly made it so that the other ones had enough time to start killing all the Nagas. I suspect that 8-6 is gonna be a winner for the Master Archers, but while we watch this, let me just pay off. I alt-tapped, and that just destroyed the console. But oh, the console really died. Cancelled after one trial. Oh, well, I guess it's fine. I'll look at that later. Let's manage predictions, choose outcome. The Nagas won very one-sidedly. It's crazy because on the original predictions, the Elves were winning. The original predictions were 1-1, and like 1-1, a single Master Archer is more powerful than a single Sharpshooter. But there definitely comes a lot of strength in numbers, as a player would know, because a player is often alone versus all these enemies. Okay. Here. I do not get tired of looking at this damage rating. It is 92. I have 92 damage rating. This is the greatest thing ever. 12. And then we're gonna call it quits on spellcasting and we're gonna train invocations. Yeah, because I have a manual. When I run out of the manual, I'll train something else. I maybe should have gotten the Lugonu title instead of getting 27 unarmed combat title, but I almost never get that one. When I go unarmed combat, I rarely get 27 unarmed combat. Okay, this is how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna corrupt here. Great. I wanted to corrupt while I had some level of mana or of like regen, yeah. So I can get the ball going without being in so much danger. It sure is great that I don't have to fear getting tormented here. Kind of a waste that I got a torment resistance mutation, all things considered. Hey, I got Parat. How come? No, really, how did I get Parat? Sot Trap, that's how I got Parat. I am pretty sure. Oh, no. No, really. Paralyzed by you for 4 turns? I know that I didn't paralyze myself. Arena delay. The delay in milliseconds between turns in the arena can be set to 0. I'm gonna set it to 0. I also wish that I could see the messages. Like, I see the messages in normal game, but I don't know how to do that. Oh, you're engulfed in seething chaos. You lose the ability to move. Well, that's dangerous. Back to 6 pips of piety, which is a part of the reason why I wanted to open this. Yeah, costly on piety, but I'm gonna get a lot of piety back, which is a good thing. Why is this so much easier than even like the spider cigarette? Why did that come close to killing me? That makes 0 sense. Why did that come close to killing me? And then I'm fighting 3 royal mummies at the same time, and the royal mummies are a joke. Arena dump messages if set to true causes message to be dumped to file. But that just generates a file with all of, like, it's as if I just grab this and put it in a text file, which is not really what we want. Twitch thinks these are links, please don't click them. As far as you know, that's the only way. I think that it used to be that, like, the messages really did get put in the console, but not anymore. By the way, the summon spam is getting really annoying. Maybe Wand of Light. I would like to save some charges for the 3rd level. I'm gonna try to kill a summoner like this. Damnation. And Damnation. These mummy summons really do not hesitate to just gain ground on me. Like, they do it instantly. Imagine if they could, or if I could get tormented. Oh wait, do you have resistance to electricity? Why do you have resistance to electricity? Because I do not have resistance to Wand of Light, so I might as well just do that to get rid of them. Okay. I ran or I used so many charges of light during that process. That kind of hurts. But yeah, that was a lot of A lot of mummies, unfortunately. I got to 20 invocations with the manual. We're gonna turn that off, and I'm gonna turn on armor and dodging. Yeah, and shields, why not? I might want to wear a tower shield. I didn't really pay attention in the Sigrat, but I don't think that I saw a single, like, really cool tower shield in the Sigrat. Oh, you have lost your intelligence. That is not good. Um, I guess that I should maybe go do something, kill some monsters, to regain my intelligence. What place in the game still has monsters that I could kill? That is an issue. The Vestibule of Hell? I feel like if I try to do the Vestibule of Hell with this character, I'm just gonna die, because the Vestibule of Hell is kind of like a Sigurd level. Is that how I got Parrot? No, I was standing on a cloud of chaos, and I got the para roll in the cloud of chaos. It was okay because nothing really bad happened, but yeah, I guess Abyss is the way to go. Unsafe, but I mean, not much to do about it. So I'm perma slow, but even while perma slow, I'm still attacking pretty fast. Hey, look at that. -1, -2. Oh man. You want to know why that happened? Is because Wretched Star. I think that I am better off finding a ring of intelligence. I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, right? In order to regain your intelligence. Let's go kill some stuff, I suppose, to gain back my intelligence. But I really have no other place to go than Tomb to regain my intelligence. Yeah, the more I do this, the least I believe that like 15 runes with a build like this is particularly good. Maybe if you can complement it with other stuff, but as it is, just like Death form or Dragon form, I don't think that it is that good. Come on, can I please get to the Royal Mummies? These these traffic jams are really annoying. Yeah, that's really the only way to call them. Traffic jams. Immolation, Siphon Essence, and so the explosions begin. And I can finally walk towards the Royal Mummy, but it doesn't really do a lot because it was really hurt, so it was very easy to kill. More traffic jam monsters. Are they fire resistant? No, they're not fire resistant. That's their one weakness. Don't summon anything, don't summon anything. Yeah, dealing with them if they start summoning is so difficult, but if they're next to you, they're so easy to deal with. I have come to the conclusion that statue form would be literally ideal. If I had statue form, I would be in the best possible spot for doing this. Like it would be the greatest item that I could possibly think of for doing this place. The unfortunate issue is that I cannot really use a statue form. Like we don't have that, and we didn't find Roxanne, and I did 13 levels of a ziggurat, and there was no statue form. So I'm stuck with this. And I say that statue form would be great because the statue form gives me access to Potion of Attraction, and I also want to find out how it works to get tormented when you have Demonspawn, Torment, Resistance, and statue form. I wonder if you just like take very little damage from Torment. But I don't think that we're finding out about that one. Oh, anyway. Landed in the right spot of the level. This is where you want to land because this skips a substantial part of Tomb 2. And this is also very easy to do compared to just doing normal Tomb 2. I think that I might just want to go for the good old Potion of Attraction plus Potion of 3 strategy that was pioneered by Minties. Yeah, I mean I do have those resources at my disposal. 3 attraction might get the job done. I lose my fire resistance if I do that, however, which is a pretty bad thing. I don't think we can afford to lose the fire resistance. I only have 7 intelligence, so I want to wait a bit more for putting on another ring. And I have no blinking, so I gotta play this very carefully. This is how we're gonna do it. I'm going to untransform and drink all my buffs. Do I want to drink Potion of Mutation? Yeah, sure. Okay, we don't want Berserkitis. We don't want Frailness. We want Fire Resistance. Yeah, that's fine. That's really good. I like Fire Resistance. Might just keep that. Anyway, we're going to drink a Potion of Haste, Might and Resistance. Not that it matters too much to drink Resistance. And then we're gonna use Talisman of Death again. And let's hope that is enough. Having more Immolation would have been good, but I'm sure that I have all that there is to have. Teleports. Landed in a pretty okay spot. Yeah, it would be great to have attraction here. I am really glad that this door is closed because all those dead scarabs cannot get in and slow me. That's super convenient. Oh, getting blinked. Okay, time for the slows. Wow, look at that. That looks like it would be pretty funny to use this to use Corrupt on. Like Corrupt Immolation would be a pretty funny experience, I suppose. But yeah, that's funny. Look at that. That's like Tomb 3 con. But we know that Tomb 3 is always a convention like this. Nothing to be surprised. It still is kind of shocking to see it as clearly as this. I'm a bit surprised that all these dead scarabs haven't managed to slow me. Okay, finally. Well, if I went, or rather not if, when I lose the haste, I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm pretty sure. Because I think that's just the safest thing to do. Not that I have to be too careful here. It sounds weird being Tomb 3, but since I don't have Torment vulnerability, since I'm not affected by Torment, it means that my HP is very consistently staying very high, as you can see. In fact, it's kind of magical. I already amassed enough of a body count that Powered by Dead already got going, so I'm good. Like really, I don't think that we're in a lot of trouble. The issue is, you know, the Emperor Scorpions. They're always a big issue. Man, I cannot just let that Royal Mummy that is almost destroyed go like scot-free. We're not doing that. You can get Clouds of Chaos. Oh wait, wait. I saw Clouds of Chaos. Clouds Condense. Sorry for that. Um, yeah, like lots of different cloud types. I do see some Clouds of Acid. Unfortunately, not enough Clouds of Acid. Um, did you get hit by a cloud? It's a cloud that barely does anything to you. That's a shame. Want the roots, I suppose, to just deal the finishing blow versus that guy. Siphon Essence. Want the roots on the Royal Mummy. That Royal Mummy is unfortunately at full HP, but I'm gonna torment it a bit just to speed up the process of it dying. Want the roots. It's kinda pitiful that this character has 27 on arm combat. I'm still using 12 evocations, Wand of Roots as my preferred way to kill monsters from afar. Maybe that's a me issue, right? Like maybe I could have built the character in a different way so that this is not really a thing that's happening. Okay. Oh, I got blinked away from the stairs again. We want to fight in the stairs for, you know, maximum safety. Oh, I kind of want to step towards the Royal Mummy. You know what would be a good thing to have? Lesser Beckoning. And I have it right there. I bet that I could get it without even that much complication. Lesser Beckoning would be good here. But I have, like, the ball is already rolling. I don't particularly want to sacrifice my Powered by Death, Death Ball roll, or whatever, you know? My momentum, I guess that's a good way to put it. My momentum, I don't want to sacrifice it. Because it's kind of difficult for this character to get going, but once it gets going, like, I'm not gonna die. I'm slow in the middle of Tomb 3, and I'm sure that I'm not gonna die. It's a pretty strange occurrence. Are you tormented? You're not tormented. Let me get that fixed. Yeah, Siphon Essence is such a great thing to have. It's a really strong thing, really strong power. I miss the stairs. I'm gonna re-teleport again. Fortunately, I can also do that. You know, I'm just enjoying a bunch of things that I normally wouldn't be able to do if I was not in that form. However, there is a slight downside that the Bennu is actually seriously hurting me. But yeah, normally in Tomb you are always like 3 turns away from sheer death. Yeah, and this time it's not been that bad. I still want to go upstairs, however. Fortunately, we managed to do that. Siphon Essence. Give me all my HP back. And there we go. No more permaslow. We can now proceed to rest to full HP and go back down. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a message that said you're already as slow as you could be. So that means that I had so much slow that it was already not stacking up. It's hilarious. And I escaped from all of that, and I almost regen to full HP without sources of regen. And it took until I was almost at yeah, it took until 211 HP for me to go back up to normal speed. I think that's pretty funny. Anyway, we're gonna do the same thing again, like same plan of on death form, and then heal, haste, might, and resistance, because why not? Haste, might, and resistance. and then Death Talisman, and then go back in. And maybe we re-teleport, but I'm not so sure about that one just yet. Okay, we re-teleport. I think that's the correct thing to do. Tomb really has a ton of dead scarabs. How much? 92. Okay, we got to 20 shields. I think that I was training shields. No, evocations. I got to 14 evocations. Do I want to train more of that? Or do I want to train fighting? I think that I'm going to train fighting because I think fighting gives accuracy and I would like to be a bit more accurate. Careful with the Bennu. Yeah, gotta prioritize that. Ghostly Fire engulfs you but does no damage. You resist. I wonder if that deals negative energy damage. Okay, as long as there's no more royal mummies that are spamming summons, I think we're okay. But yeah, royal mummies are certainly an issue when they decide to chill at the edge of the screen and just summon Emperor Scorpions. Because the constant summoning of stuff, Emperor Scorpions or Death Scarabs, make it so that you're not really making any progress. So you're just wasting turns. And these summons are just like there to make you waste turns. You feel homesick. That is a message that you can get from a death curse if you are immune to curses. So yeah, I guess that you feel homesick because you could be a mummy as a normal character or a ghoul, and you feel homesick because you remember a plane of a bunch of corpses, you know, because you're undead after all. I guess that's what could make it make sense. But yeah, if I had not been in this form, I would have gotten tormented or something. Man, doing this with that form is like cheating. I have 3 runes. Or well, I guess I have 5 runes now. Oh, I'm gonna get all the dungeon runes, funny enough. Cool. This time we're not gonna haste because I'm almost done, so why haste? Maybe I should have hasted. These are a lot of dead scarabs. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna read Immolation here. And then we're gonna do the thing. And I'm gonna heal to full HP. And then I'm gonna take damage. But the Royal Mummy is probably gonna die from all that fire. Or not, it's gonna be next to me and I'm gonna punch it and it's gonna die. That's good. What's the idea behind you just saw someone walk over your grave? Not really. Same thing. Your character, like if you're undead, you probably used to be alive, and there's probably a grave with your name or something, right? So that's why you get that kind of messages. Like all those messages are death curses that are not being applied to me because I'm undead. But if I was not undead, I would be getting all the death curses in the world. And it would probably be very painful, and I would probably be dying. But that form makes it not an issue. Are we done? Dark Maul, yeah, the greatest weapon in the game. We can inscribe it as best weapon. Yeah. Killer Bee's Death, cool name. So when I started the stream today, I thought I'm probably gonna finish the character in like an hour or so if I don't die instantly upon starting the stream, and I'm gonna start another one. But it took a very different turn, and I have to say that I enjoyed what I did with this character today. I went for not extended. Yeah, not extended, but I did do Tomb and the Abyss, 6 runes, Lugonu too, which I have not really worshipped since the removal of Abyssal Knight. Banish was extremely helpful in the early game. I think the only reason why I managed to survive this far is because of Banish. Let's go grab this thing.
My wife still doesn't believe in me!
Train mazes. Sure. I guess that I can do that. Thank you for the 17 months. I really appreciate the continued support of providing me with free Jeff Bezos money. I like it. I definitely need the money more than Jeff Bezos needs the money anyway. So yeah, let's just take advantage of that while we still can. Anyway, let's pick up the Orb of Sot. And since I killed a bunch of dudes in here, I don't know what items generated in this vault. So normally I would like to pick up, an item of Sot if the item generated in the same vault as the Orb, but it didn't happen this time. So let's just go D0. Dark Maul. Yeah, Dark Maul. I don't think that I can wield Dark Maul. Like, out of curiosity, I should maybe just equip it and wield it once. You can't wield that with only one hand. Okay, I'm not gonna take off the shield. Fanlord. With Mindburst, Silence, Metal Splinter, and Mark. It doesn't have a lot of armor class, but I don't want to mess with it because Iron Splinters can hurt a lot. Do I have antennae in this form? I do. None of my Demonspawn mutations are hindered, in fact. Yeah, none of them are mitigated. Panlord. Bolt of Cold, Haunt, Blink Ally Sensor, Cling and Sleep. And it doesn't have evasion, so it's killable. Still, Haunt is a strong monster spell because the rates slow you. Obviously not a great thing. If I had haste, I think that I would be using haste and stuff. But in that form, you cannot use those things. On the other hand, I like having... I guess that I can just dig a hole. It's fine. On the other hand, I have Torment Immunity, which might actually be better to have... Didn't know there was a working Twitch app for Roku, so you don't have to mirror your phone. You watch the stream on TV? I've never watched a Twitch stream on TV, I think. Or, well, that's not true. Once at a friend's house, I put up the sumo on TV. But that's like the one occasion where I've watched a Twitch stream on TV. Usually I do that kind of thing in my room, in my computer. You watch a lot of YouTube and Twitch on TV. That's definitely a reason to have a TV. As it is right now, I don't have a TV. My mom used to have a TV that she bought like 10 years ago, or a bit more than that, but the backlights, the backlight kinda died, and I never replaced it because the piece was kind of expensive, and it took forever to arrive, so I just didn't order it. But she got into watching YouTube and all her TV channels on the computer. All the things, Disney Plus and like Netflix and all of that. I don't watch any of those. If I ever have the need to watch some of those things, I just ask one of my friendly friends on the internet to share it with me, and then I watch it like that. But I don't really have those services myself. I find that more convenient than just using the services that my mom already pays for. You do when you leave your PC, watch stuff before bed. Oh yeah, it makes sense to leave your PC before you're going to bed. I'm sure that standing so close to the monitor for so long is like not really healthy. Um, but anyway, this is yet another successful character. It was a journey of pain and suffering during which I took off the Ring of the Tortoise. But I guess we can put it on now because we don't need the Ring of Intelligence anymore. It was a wild ride. The character ended up dealing 93 damage with its unarmed combat, greatly aided by the fact that I have 44 strength. 44 strength, it's so crazy. Like the damage increase is wild if you happen to stack a lot of strength. This is the kind of thing that makes me think that maybe I should try Demigod with unarmed combat because when I played the Demigod, it was trying to use ranged weapons and that didn't really work very well. But demigods get crazy stats, so demigod with strength level ups, I feel like that could be very fun. Or alternatively, shapeshifter of Chevriados if I happen to find the mobility spells that I like, lesser beckoning and other stuff like that would be cool. But anyway, um, I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. We had a pretty long stream, as I said earlier. I was a bit surprised um, that it took me so long after starting the stream to actually finish the character because there were just more and more things that I wanted to try. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it was very difficult. Like there were some situations there that like I had no idea why I was dying, but I was certainly dying. Um, it just goes to show how bad melee is when you're in a situation where like you're inevitably gonna be surrounded. Like the fact that the Sigrat 5 of spiders was killing me was wild. But yeah, anyway, I will be back tomorrow, that is Thursday. But on Friday I won't be streaming because I'm gonna see a friend who I haven't seen in like half a year.